Wild Yinzers kicking through the door, loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
How you doing? 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 Hey, how you doing? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's episode 951. That's right, just 49. 49 shows away from the big 1,000. Certainly counting down here at the studio. 951, if you can believe that. Welcome back, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I do want to say to you, good day to you. Michael, how are you?
Dude, it's draft day eve. Like, how could you not be in a good, positive mood? It's 70 degrees here in DeBerg. It's a beautiful day. It's Christmas come, it's like Christmas Day for people who love the off season. Free agency was a fun day, but draft day eve, man. I'm calm, I'm happy, but I'm also giddy because you know what's right around the corner, man. You get to open up all those new toys. I can't wait.
I compare it to exactly Christmas. You're a kid, you're waiting. This is your interest. Say if you're a kid, your interests are I don't know, action figures, and this is our interest, and we're adding to our collection of what we're interested in, and it's no different. We are today is the equivalent. Somewhat, the Super Bowl very much so, but today is the equivalent of that for football fans, people that are adults or maybe not even adults, but just love football, and your interest is your team. It is NFL football, and we wait, and it is, Mike. It's a lot of excitement comes with today, as Christmas Eve does, and you get up and you just can't wait to see what your new addition is to your hobby, to your interest. And you gotta if you look at it that way, it's we never really changed from being the kids that we were at one time to who we are nowadays, because it's technically the same thing if you think about it. Yes, we don't have little action figures to run around with, but at the end of the day, we get to watch our football players run around and play. So it's super similar in my opinion. Like, this is Christmas Eve. I just got to say this though, Mike, because I am the one. I mean, you got to play the part of Fat Jesus and Vanilla Thunder. I'm just saying, because of my beard, the Santa Claus similarities, I'm just saying maybe there should be some cookies left out at the end of the day, Mike. I'm just saying. I know Santa loves cookies.
Santa loves cookies. I'll see what I can do for draft day Santa.
All right, now
But
we're talking.
if I deliver the cookies, you better deliver the goods.
You got it. Yeah, you don't worry about this. You don't worry about my side. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the show, episode 951. This couldn't be a better time in the history of our show. Again, coming up on the big 5 years in July, and we will right around then, and it just might get very close to the day itself that we're hitting episode 1000. Again, today is 951. I want to welcome everybody. Welcome everybody back.
Welcome back.
Good morning, good afternoon to you. So lots of things going on, Mike. Of course, the NFL draft, that's kind of going on this week. We're going to have a lot to talk about in regards to the draft. However, your Pittsburgh Penguins are back at it tonight, Mike, trying to salvage this first round series against the hated Philadelphia Flyers. They fall 0-2 at home on their way back to Philadelphia for a Game 3 meeting tonight at 7 o'clock with the Flyers, Mike. I feel somewhat optimistic. I mean, it's a must win, but it's not a must win. Of course, you don't go home if you lose this game. But if you go down 0-3, you are not going to be feeling too good about the remaining games of the series, I wouldn't think. Mike, I think they win this one tonight in Philadelphia. I think Sidney Crosby has a history of going into Philadelphia and disappointing their fans. I don't think that changes tonight. I think the Penguins, they stay in this thing.
I think so too. You know, they need to win. Like it is a must win. You go down 3-0. It's not impossible to come back from a 3-0 deficit. 2-0 is tough enough, but you're gonna have to steal two. You're gonna have to steal these next two games. I know a practice was canceled the other day. That might be what the team needs. Just it's to stay away from off ice and just do a lot of video coaching, just a lot of like one-on-one meetings, position group meetings, line meetings, and coming up, devising a strategy of like, what the fuck do we need to do out there, boys? And just take a day off the ice, reset the mind, and go out there and play your game. Because when regular season, when they were getting to their game, they were one of the hardest teams to beat. They were scoring at will. They got to refine that scoring touch. And if they do, look out. They can easily come back.
They just got to get into their own. You know what I mean? Do what it was that you did to win a lot of hockey games this year and figure out how to get back there. I think they'll be okay. Again, Mike, for the series in its entirety, I don't know, but I just know tonight, this, again, is a situation, that 0-2, that hated 0-2 in a series, because if you lose the next one, it's pretty tough cutting the rest of the way. So I think the Penguins win tonight. Again, that is 7 o'clock in Philadelphia. If you're watching, I certainly will be watching that. Also, Mike, our Pittsburgh Pirates took an L yesterday to the Rangers. They lose 5-1. Pirates dropped to 13-10 overall. They're back at it tonight against Andrew McCutchen and the Rangers in Texas. That's an 8:05 start, game 2 of 3. I misspoke yesterday. It was a Carmen Majewski start. I did mention that it was a Braxton Ashcraft start. Ashcraft will be on the hill tonight. It was Majewski yesterday. The whole day off threw me off with the Pirates taking that day off in the beginning of the week. So that is how that is going to break down, Mike, tonight at 8:05 down in Texas.
Let's get back on track, boys. Come on now. You're not the same old buckos. We expect more from you.
Absolutely. I think they'll get back on track. They're looking good. And also, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds announced today that a new multi-year stadium naming rights agreement with the First National Bank. So, Mike, the Highmark Stadium as of next year, the home of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Pittsburgh Riveters, are guys and gals football teams, if you will, here in the Berg. Mike, their stadium, which is now Highmark Stadium, will be FNB Stadium.
Does not have the same ring to it.
It doesn't roll off the tongue like Highmark.
Does not. No, like you both were corporate sponsored, but at least Highmark rolled off the tongue really well. FNB is going to be a tough one to. I don't know. I liked Highmark. It sounded so much better. But if we can get used to AccuSure, I guess we can get used to FNB.
And finally, I don't usually do this. I follow Pitt. I mean, that's my squad and everything. But to show Mike some mercy. I don't talk about everything Pitt, but today I want to dip for a second, Mike, into Pitt baseball, just
Uh-huh.
because.
Oh God, yes.
Just because. Listen, if it was anybody else, this would not even be a topic of discussion today. But being our friends from the backyard, if you will, the West Virginia Mountaineers, Mike, they took on our Pitt Panthers in baseball yesterday, and Pitt put up 3 touchdowns and a couple extra points. Mike, the Pitt Panthers win 23-1 over the West Virginia Mountaineers. You always love to give it to the Mountaineers when you get a chance. If you're Pitt, 23-1 in baseball. Again, a non-story. It has very little relevance of anything that's going on with our pro teams now, and I'm sure probably nobody cares. But at the end of the day, Pitt beating West Virginia 23-1 in baseball will always make me smile. So I'll take it, Mike. Pitt, let me say this one more time. 23. That's baseball.
Yeah. That is insane.
To 1.
Like,
there you go.
I was scrolling around on Twitter yesterday when that game was going on, and at one point, you see the scores like 16-0 or 16-1. I'm like, holy shit, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then when I woke up today, I was like, I want to see what the final is. I'm like, my Lord, that's insane.
Oh, my Lanta. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to you today. Welcome back to the show. This is Draft Week 2026 right here on the Two Dum Yinzers, taking you the whole way through the draft and beyond all year round with your Pittsburgh Steelers. The Yinzerverse, Mike, is popping. There's so much to get into, and I have some scoop today that's really interesting, some stuff that's really cool, some stuff that's a bummer. But nonetheless, we'll get into all that today. Let me get on the board and say what's up to everybody. I'm going to go all the way down here. Wilbur, let's go to Squeege. My man Squeege, I was thinking about you. I knew you were coming to town, and I took note a couple of things that's going to be happening. You asked me what some events are, perhaps. I do know that Wiz Khalifa will be there. I also know that Kells, if I don't know if anybody recognizes this name. She's a chick. I don't know. I've never seen her, but I see her and everything. So she's going to be there. Also, Nelly is going to be there, the rapper. Pat McAfee, former Pittsburgh Steelers, former players, Curtis Martin, guys from the Berg, people like this is going to be there. Also, the representatives for every team, they're going to be there. So you're going to see plenty of NFL football players, all kind of stuff going on. Punxsutawney Phil, Squeege. Punxsutawney Phil, the one that tells us if it's going to be winter or spring. Punxsutawney Phil, that bringing that rat out of his cage to come down as well. So many different things. A lot of local entertainment. Our friend PGH Steely, he's going to be down there. So much stuff is going to be going down at this draft, guys. But before I do start, I want to talk about something real quick. Everybody is like, and you know what, Tortilla, that's where I was going. Pittsburgh is the city of dead-end streets, and I just want to throw this out there. There's expecting up to 750,000. Okay, so let's take a moment to just do a little thinking, a little math. I know you say what you want to do on your Wednesday, but listen, guys, it's draft eve. Let's take a look at this. There's 300,000. They're expecting like up to 500 to 750,000 people, anywhere between 500,000 to 750,000 people. Do you know what Pittsburgh's population itself is? 300,000 people. Now, I always say on the show, we're a small city, and I don't know if people outside of town understand in fully what that means, but Pittsburgh itself rocks about a little bit over 300,000 people, and we're expecting 500 to over 750,000 people this weekend. Just kind of gives you an idea. You turn on that Steeler game on Sundays, and you see them 60,000 people piling into the stadium, and notice how packed the North Shore is. Again, just kind of putting that into perspective for you, just in case maybe you're not getting the full idea. And I do want to say that, Mike, they are shutting down major roadways as the draft starts. Why wouldn't you? You in a town that has a lot of road issues anyway? Why wouldn't you shut down some major roadways as this is coming to town? That's
insane. And I keep seeing people online going, oh, we've had like this amount of people over this amount of days before. We had like, the regatta brought in like a couple, like 600, 700,000 people. The Taylor Swift 2-day concert brought in, a couple hundred more thousand people than normal. Yes, this is true, but they were not blocking down major roadways. They were not, shutting down, as I saw on Twitter, the Strait of Hormuz out there. Like, you're literally shutting down three sections of the Three Rivers, a major hub that we use to transport goods all across the United States coming through those Three Rivers. So this is a completely different thing. We've probably had that amount of people, but everything being shut down to where it's going to be so hard to navigate. This is on an entirely different level than those events. It's nuts. None of those things shut down highways and roads and neighborhoods.
Mike, I want to take my head and just bang it off the wall thinking about it. You know what I mean? Imagine being down there. And here's the thing. They're shutting down these roads. And as I announced yesterday, there's a possibility, and whether it's an unknown thing or not, they're like the Steelers are not going to tell us this, of course, but there's a possibility. And again, I hesitate to bring this up because I don't want this anything breaking out on the board. But guys, the president is a possibility of showing up at the draft either Friday or Saturday. So go ahead and plan accordingly. So again, with Secret Service and everything that comes along with that, it's going to be interesting to say the least. As of right now, I do know that Chop will be on site, Mike, all 3 days. Derpy's making his way down, I think, on Friday. I do know that RB will be in the house for helping for the streaming for the big stream tomorrow night, the live stream for the draft. Check that out. And again, I'm monitoring the situation myself. I found a few people that would probably want to go down, but again, at the end of the day, it's spring. And what happens in the spring? People get crazy. They've had cabin fever for months. They're ready to get out. And you see people get crazy and shit when springtime comes, and around 800,000 people that you don't know. So I'm trying to work things out on my end. Like I would love to go and be involved in a few different capacities because again we have people down there. But at the end of the day, if the president comes, I mean, come on. Now it's not even a thing of loyalty. It's just fucking the president.
You're like that's going to take more security details, probably. Hey, you got to have access clear here. It's going to be a nightmare, logistical nuts. The people are going. I hope you all have a great time. Like, I wish I could go, but due to work and everything, I will be sitting comfortably right here, spreading joy and fun with all you lovely people. So and Cody's not included in that lovely people. I just want to put that out there. I don't want Cody to think he made it off the enemy list. He's still on the enemy list.
So the plan is this. I plan on getting down there. I just don't know when. So we'll keep you updated throughout the week. But as we do know right now, Chop will be down there all 3 days. Do their work schedule. Mike and RB will be strictly on stream patrol. And then also Derpy's is making his way down. And Finch, I think, even is going to try to get down at the very end. So that's what's going on right now. But every time I open up my phone, there's just more and more and more shit they're just adding to this. It's going to be huge.
It looks like some of the stuff they have going on today, too, look really fun. Like all the players were, like all the invites were out there with like the Special Olympians doing stuff down there. I think.
Why didn't you go?
I had to be here with you.
Oh, that's right. You got to be here to hold down the fort for the rest of the special people.
Exactly. my kid's catching the special bus now.
Oh, that's right. Changes.
Like real quick, like my kid, he's been having trouble going to school. We was like, hey, try some different modes of transportation. That clicked in his brain. It's something new and fun. At first, they said it was a minivan. No, it was a mini bus. Okay, I'm thinking the short bus. I saw this bus. This was the Daisy Duke of short buses. And there was like 3.5 windows on there, maybe 5 seats. This thing was small, dude. It looked like a Volkswagen Beetle turned into a bus to come up and pick up my kid. It made me laugh so hard.
So he went from the regular bus to the small. What is he, biting kids? What's going on?
No. He's been having getting him to go to school, to get excited to go to school has been a nightmare. Like he's been fighting, going to school, he's kicking, screaming. We're having to take him there. And his teacher's like, maybe we try just something different. We have minivan services. Maybe that will get him excited. Because if there's something fun going on at school or a special class he loves, he wants to go. So we tried this thing. I'm thinking it ain't going to work. It worked. But this bus, my God, it looked, it couldn't have been more than 5 feet long. Some 80-year-old lady driving it. I laughed so hard when I saw this thing. I'm like, oh my God. Like my kid's gonna be like the Tom Brady of the special ed bus.
Well, I'm just looking at this whole situation and from the outside, and I'm thinking, You're going, okay, my kid doesn't listen. He doesn't want to do things. He wants to argue with me. He's stubborn. I'm thinking, my God, I had to put you on a short bus.
Right? It's like I belong on the bus with my kid, man. He's a perfect clone of me. Like you've heard me and my kid argue with each other. It's like me yelling at a mirror.
It's really fascinating to hear the story because, as I said, I could see it. I could see it all playing out. Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Glad to see us today. Let's get on the board. Let's go to Squeege. Squeege says, I looked up your page and you guys weren't live yet. And I was like, what? Well, shit. Went back and refreshed and boom.
Boom.
There you go, baby. Nice to see you, Squeege. As I said, I did try to get that little bit of extra information for you on some things that are going to be going downtown, going on the North Shore, of course, in Point State Park and into downtown. Lots and lots of things going on. It's going to be a big event. And again, if you don't mind, a bazillion people, you're probably going to have a blast. The weather's going to be nice. We're expecting a little rain on the last day, which is Saturday. Not a lot of people, you see it on TV. It looks like the attendance certainly is down once the last day comes around. But they're expecting a little bit of rain on Saturday. But again, to give you an idea of what we're expecting, 750,000 people, they're saying. Pittsburgh is filled with about 300,000 people. So more than double the amount of our population of the city itself will be pouring in to town for this big NFL draft, like the biggest event ever in Pittsburgh history. And again, if you take the greater Pittsburgh area, Mike, it's somewhere between 1 and 2 million people total. So again, kind of giving you an idea and perspective here, what it is that we're dealing with logistically in the city of Pittsburgh. Again, they're expecting up to 750,000. Pittsburgh itself, 300,000 people, and the greater Pittsburgh area, somewhere between 1 and 2 million, just depending on what you look at. So there you go. There you go. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong, and I'm glad, Mike, I couldn't be any more happier that the NFL draft is going to be here tomorrow, right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Excuse me. I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast. But that's a lot of people. It's going to be fun. And when you're surrounded by a bunch of people, yeah, they may be all on rival teams, but they all enjoy the draft. They all enjoy football, all enjoy good shit talking back and forth. I think it's going to be a fun time.
Well,
but unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, but it's going to be a blast for everyone involved.
Well, I got to tell you this, Mike. You are the king of segues because this segue was perfect. We do have rivalry fans coming into town, and you know what? Our owners, they are standing up from the get-go. That's right. Art Rooney, Mike, he had made he told the NFL the seating setup for the draft. And when you're watching the draft, there's usually one group of crazy fans that's all decked out. They always refer to, they always pan to, Mike, they had the Ravens fans sitting in front of the Steeler fans.
No.
And Art Rooney said, you know what, this is not going to happen. He says, we need you to change this. So the NFL went in and changed it, and now the Ravens are sitting behind the Steeler fans. Like the rivalry just doesn't end because the season ends. This is come on, you could expect the same thing if this was also going on in Baltimore.
I like it. I like the gamesmanship right there. It's better for the visual because you get to see us first before the Ravens fans. But me personally, I like to be behind the Ravens fans just to talk shit in their ear the whole night.
I don't want to get shanked. You know what I mean?
That's true. I don't trust those guys. I watched The Wire. Omar coming. We got the real Omar now, but no, I prefer them to be behind me. But on the visual, it's so much better. Art Rooney finally did something correct.
Maybe Vegas got a point. Maybe go put them down by the river and let them watch from there. Lots of things going on today. I do want to say this, guys. Also, if you are coming into town, there's a few big things right now in production. I do know that the Football Town, the documentary about football, talking about the pros, college, talking about high school, just all the talent that comes from Western PA and has come from Western PA and has ended up in the Hall of Fame. The Football Town, if you go over to the Cayman Science Center, and if you're just coming back to town, it used to be the Carnegie Science Center. Same place, don't get it twisted. You know where to go. It's right there still. The Cayman Science Center, Mike, they are still playing this documentary. It's called Football Town. Very interesting. I think you're going to love it. Swing over there. Also, Mike, there's a Aliquippa documentary coming out because there are 4 people in the NFL Hall of Fame from Aliquippa, which is more than any town in this country. Aliquippa right here in our county, very small, old steel mill town, but they are coming out with a documentary. I've seen a little bit of it. As a matter of fact, it looks great. If you went into our Discord, Mike, you could go under my last post, and it had a little trailer about it. Really cool stuff. You can check that out. And finally, there is also going down, there is a if I could find it here, there is something coming out, Mike, they're working on for the draft. It's called Forging Steel. Forging Steel. I don't see it in my notes right off the top here, so I'm just gonna wing it. Mike, Forging Steel. It's another thing that's being worked on about the draft and getting ready, Mike. And I think that it's tonight or something on TV. If you could pull that up, Forging Steel. I thought that I had it in here. And I'm kind of upset with myself that I don't. But this is something that is in production that they're expecting to be. Here it is. Forging Steel, Mike. This is the excitement and the preparation for the 2026 NFL Draft is highlighted in Forging Steel, which premieres tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's on Steelers.com. So again, wherever you can find it, go check that out. This tomorrow. So again, Mike, Forging Steel, Football Town, and also that Aliquippa. I can't think what the title of that is either. So all kind of things going on right now. If you come into town, there's ample stuff going on over at Point State Park. There's the rings are going to be there, the trophies are going to be there. Again, ex-football players, ex-Steelers, ex-greats like Curtis Martin, of course, from Pittsburgh. He's going to be around town. There's going to be all kind of things, a lot of musical talent. Wiz Khalifa tomorrow, Nelly Friday night. It just doesn't stop. So again, if you don't hate being crammed into a million people, it's going to be a really great time. And for an NFL fan, I think no matter what, I think you ultimately enjoy this. But again, at the end of the day, Mike, I just don't trust this time of year with people. I just don't. And last weekend, and again, I don't want to get into it, but the whole, and again, I don't want to get into it. The whole shooting thing in the country has started up again, and it's always this time of year when people start mass shooting. But listen, I don't want to correlate to anything to our draft. I'm just saying, me personally, this is where my mind goes, and I hate that stuff. But again, that's just another thing I'm battling back and forth because I have the worst luck in the world. But my plan is to get down one of the days. We have our people down there. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell day I'm going to go down.
You'll make it a day. I think you'll make it down Saturday.
I just don't want to die. You know what I mean? I listen. People are people. I'm sure there'll be ample people that don't have deodorant. You get through that shit. I mean, come on. But I just don't feel like dying.
Why you got to talk about Derpy that way?
I'm just not in the mood to die tomorrow. You know what I mean? I want to watch these guys that we get drafted. I don't want to die.
I get where you're coming from. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Trust me. When have I ever led you astray?
Let's get back to the board. Let's go right here.
Damn.
Christophus, my man. Always great seeing
up?
Christophus from South Florida, the Miami area. He says, "What's up, fellas? Always great seeing Christophus." I know Christophus is ready. I know he's ready. I know if he was in town, he would certainly be down there. Let's go to the original OG, Yinzer Joe. Always great seeing you, my man. He says, "What's up, Yinzers?" Great day to you, sir. We are on draft day eve. If you could believe it, it's finally here, Mike. I remember them putting the clock down there, and it was 250 days. And here we are down to just, 24 hours. We will be on the draft day show, the live show, and then, of course, later in the evening of the stream as well. It's unbelievable. Tortilla Santa Con is coming to town. You know what? This is my take on that, Tortilla. And I do want to say what's up to Tortilla all the way from Sacramento, California. I do want to say this, that we are in too good of a position to not make magic happen tomorrow night. We have a million picks. We have 12 picks. We are at home. We are in position to do some things that we want to do in this draft. And you know what? I think that Omar Khan and company, they're not gonna let us down. I think they're gonna do something tomorrow to get us a guy that we really want. I think that this draft is going to be interesting, and I think it gives Omar Khan an opportunity to show off what he has. Of course, his fourth draft that he's involved with now. It's going to be an opportunity to really show off here in front of your home crowd, in front of the country, in front of the world, to see what you can do to improve this team. And again, to have more picks than anybody else in the whole entire draft at your home draft. I just think it would be crazy, or I in my opinion, Mike, I think there would be, I would be surprised if nothing is done tomorrow by the Steelers to enhance their first draft pick of this year. Again, we're in prime position, and you don't want to lay a stinker through this home draft, in my opinion. I think you want to go out and you want to get your people excited. Again, you lose your head coach. There's a certain continuity with a city and a team. And again, I think that everything's been going well for the Steelers. I don't think that they want that to end. People were on their they're antsy. They're wondering what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. So I think, Mike, I think that this is a good chance for the Pittsburgh Steelers to hit a home run tomorrow night again, and in great position to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and it's they're gonna have to obviously they're gonna be tracking, who's falling down the draft board. Like there's gonna be some surprise picks that are gonna like shake not shake teams to the core, but like they're gonna be like, oh, we did not anticipate that happening. Because teams run through so many different scenarios. They run their mock drafts, guessing what teams are gonna do based on needs, guessing like from what they're hearing, who's going to trade up and all that. If you see one or two teams make a move that no one anticipated, that's going to shake up the draft board. And now teams are like, oh, this guy might actually fall to us. Now you might have teams trying to move up. So they're going to be closely monitoring shit like that. And if they start to see someone start to fall down, and hey, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try and move up. They have ammunition. They have plenty of third round picks to move up. If you trade like an Alex Highsmith, if you can find a team that's willing to maybe give you a second or a third next year or third this year for him, do that to help you move up in this draft or to replace one of those third round picks you might have to use to move up. They have a lot of options to get the guy that they want. And I'm also not opposed to them just sitting there waiting too, because there's probably a good chunk of players that they'd like from like 12 all the way down to 25 that they would like to take, and they can move up, move down to get the guys that they like, and they think if they all have like the same value, they can work it there. My dream would see them. I would love to see them somehow sneak into the top 10 and get someone and just blow it out and like totally surprise you to get a stud tackle, a stud receiver. But like, oh my god, it'd be awesome. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Like, I know they're aggressive, but I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive. But let's say that tackle from Miami starts falling down the boards. You got questions about Broderick Jones. You still got questions about Dylan Cook. And if you can get something that you think is going to solidify that tackle where Broderick Jones didn't, make a move on it. It's not a sexy pick, but non-sexy picks in the first round tend to be smart, safe picks that pay dividends for years to come.
Well, one thing that we do know, Mike, this is the latest going around in the Pittsburgh area's media. Pittsburgh has been calling around to move up for an offensive lineman, Mike. This is according to Jay Glazer. They have been they're known to be calling around as we speak, looking around, seeing if there's possible deals to be made, seeing what kind of movement they could be making in this draft in this first round. And again, as you mentioned, Mike, I failed to mention was of course the trade option that is in there as well, Mike. Of course, we talked yesterday. The Steelers are going to be taking calls about Highsmith and Herbig, at least fielding the calls and seeing what they're all about. And seeing beyond that. So again, I wouldn't miss day one of the draft for nothing if you're a Steeler fan, even day two. But at the end of the day, guys, today is draft day eve for the NFL draft for 2026 right here in Pittsburgh, PA. I know that the Yinzerverse is just overflowing with excitement. I do know, Mike, the Pittsburgh is overflowing with excitement, and it's probably going to be a pretty banging event when it's all said and done. And again, next week this time, we're going to be putting all the pieces in place, trying to figure out who's staying, who's going, looking at what we feel the 53 is going to be, looking at the rookies, what they got going on. But they will be in town really soon, Mike. At that first round draft pick comes, he comes walking into the airport the very next morning. So we're this close, guys. We're very close. And then we're sitting on April 22nd right now, Mike. It's going to be May before you know it. They're going to be playing football pretty damn soon. You get to June, we got OTAs coming, all kind of different stuff coming up. So it's not that far off, guys. It's already been, I think, a little further from the last playoff game than it is till the first preseason game. Close enough for me. We're getting there slowly but surely, Mike. And the Steelers have certainly kept us interested this year. There hasn't been a lot of downtime where people could say, you know what, there's just not enough going on to pay attention to the Steelers in the NFL during the offseason. Quite the contrary, Mike. It's been just as exciting as some of the more recent seasons,
Yeah.
some might say.
Yeah, Tomlin stepping down. At first we thought that was like a rumor on the board, and then it's like, well, shit, it was true. Then the hiring of McCarthy, then free agent comes around. Like, we're bemoaning the fact we haven't done anything in the middle of that. They trade for Pittman. That just kept the excitement rolling. The draft right here, like, we were just talking about them trading up or staying put. Another option, which might be what they do, trade back, get more picks, then trade back into the first round, move down a couple slots, get some ammunition. Seattle's talking about trading out of that at a pick 32. And that's a very enticing pick right there because you get that 5th-year option still. And maybe it costs you pick 53. Oh, well, it costs us a second-round pick. We have plenty of third-round picks to move back up. So you package that second-round pick, a couple, maybe a third or a third next year, move in there. You trade Highsmith, you get draft capital back. There's a lot of machinations they can do to make shit like that happen. I think that'd be really exciting too. Trade back a couple picks if your guys aren't there, because if you can't move up, gather more picks, get 2 first-round picks in Pittsburgh. I think that would be a win-win because you're probably going to get guys you want to get in this draft. You would love to get them all. Why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Get 2 of them in the first round.
Well, with being what I just said, Mike, Jay Glazer has reported Pittsburgh has been calling around to move up. I just want to put that in perspective for you because on the same note, Adam Schefter has come out and said the Steelers open to moving back in the first round. So you can take that as a folly, but at the end of the day, it just really goes to show you that there's a lot of flexibility, Mike. There's a lot of different options for the Steelers, and with 12 picks, they may have more options, than most teams do. And also, again, you add that trade talk in there, which again, they said they're going to be taking calls. They're not, it's not in stone, but they are going to be taking calls and listening to trade offers on Highsmith and Herbig. Hopefully they make the right thing happen if it does come to that. But Mike, so again, it would be very surprising to me if we're sitting around tomorrow at the end of the night thinking, oh, okay, that was another draft. That was a first round. Yeah. I really think that this draft is going to be entertaining, hopefully for all the right reasons. But Mike, I really do feel that this is going to be a lot of fun. And again, whether I'm down there, whether I'm here with you doing the show, whatever it is, I absolutely cannot wait for this.
I can't wait either. And, those conflicting reports, both of those can be true.
Right.
Like who's Schefter talking to? Who's Glazer talking to? Which, are they hearing both the same information that Pittsburgh is talking to teams to move up and to move back? And who wanted to report what? Who found what story sexier or more enticing? And like Omar Khan said, we're talking to a bunch of teams pre-draft to have parameters in place because we only have 8 minutes now. Where you went from 15 to 10, now you're down to 8 minutes.
I like this.
So now teams are pre-planning, and you're starting to get those leaks now because reporters are talking around, they're hearing stuff, and they're reporting, and it all depends on what they want to put out there, what the reporters want to put out there. So wouldn't surprise me if both are true, that they're looking to trade up and also looking to trade back.
Absolutely, Mike. We're in a perfect position to make things happen, and that's good because, again, everything this offseason that everyone told us we were going to fail, we did exceptional in the hiring of the coaching staff, free agency. So, again, Mike, we hit that trifecta tomorrow, the triple crown, if you will. We're going to be looking good, and things coming up here real soon, Mike. We're very close. It's almost May here in a few days. So any way you look at it, we still have the UFL. It's not the NFL, but it gets us some football on our televisions for a couple months. Also, Mike, we have our gals, the Pittsburgh Passion. They'll be starting up the beginning of this coming month as well, which we do follow the gals. The Passion, always a good football team. Dominant in the WFA. I recommend if you guys love football and Pittsburgh and women, do check it out. It's a lot of fun, very talented. As a matter of fact, we had the MVP quarterback, Makai Chavez, on last year. She was great. Maybe again we'll get some more people on, but Mike, also we got the Riveters coming, the female soccer team, so much stuff in Pittsburgh. The Pirates looking good, Penguins in the playoffs. But let's push all that aside because we do have to talk about these Pittsburgh Steelers guys. I know that's everybody wants. That's what I want. So let's get to it. Let me get back on the board here for a couple minutes so we don't get too buried. I know that's coming in pretty good today. I apologize. I will try my best to keep up with you. Let's go right here to Tortilla. No, it's Christovus. 1 day to go. Pittsburgh is going to be wild. That is an understatement, my friend. I wish you were here too. If Christopher was here, I would go. I would go with them. Let's go to Ronald, my man Ronald Albright on the terrible board. Great seeing Ronald as always. He said, "Hey, is anything happening tomorrow?" I forget. Just another boring throwback Thursday. Maybe we'll throw some pictures of Mike when he was a kid or something up on the screen. Besides that, I don't think there's much going on. Let's go to Christopher. He says, Omar Khan is about to cook, baby, and I can't wait. This could be a banger. This could have us all singing on Friday morning, guys. And certainly into next week with the second round picks in third round and everything else. So it's going to be a banger. He's going to cook, baby. I can't wait. Tortilla, he says, there's a treat behind the door, Ryan. You don't want that treat. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says, this Steelers will move up 2 to get their guys. Just watch. Have a feeling. Hey, I'm not going to say they're not. Corey over Don't Drink That. Corey, my man, Corey Beavers, do check him out right here on YouTube. He has a really awesome page. He does a show. It's Don't Drink That. It's about conspiracy theories. You like UFOs, Bigfoots, maybe what's going on behind the doors with the U.S. government. Go check out Corey right here on YouTube at Don't Drink That. Corey says this, let's go. I can't wait for the first 4 rounds. After that, I'm going to disassociate until the recap. Laugh my ass off. I get it. Let's go to Tortilla. I heard a rumor that if you could fit Kenny Pickett's hand in between Carson Beck's eyes. Let's go here to Ronald. Ronald says this. He says, I'll bring Mike some cookies. Well, either that or a stripper. You could send the cookies to Mike, and you could send the stripper to care of Ryan, and it'll all get to the right place. Trust me on that.
Send me both the cookies and the stripper.
The hooker. All right, you can have the hooker. I'm taking the stripper. You weirdo. Let's go to Vegas. Vegas says this. I do want to say what's up to Vegas. Nice seeing you back on the terrible board. A couple things for Vegas. Vegas says Mother Nature screwed Paul a couple days. It sure did. That's the only thing that's stopping the Pirates right now is Mother Nature. Paul gets the start, of course, Paul Skeens, and it rains, and they pull him, and they're not going to put him back in after 2.5 hours. But we should have won that game. We lose that in 13. 8-7. But yes, Vegas, I just wanted to catch up with you and John. Did anybody meet up with Finch? I know that I haven't talked to him, but he was in Vegas. He's back now at the end of last week. And I do know that he posted a bulletin saying that he would be there. I don't know if anybody caught up with him or not. Let me know on that. Let's move up on the board right here to Christopher says this. He says, don't be surprised if we trade Patrick Queen or Jalen Ramsey to move up in the first round. You know what? That Patrick Queen conversation certainly has been afloat. But Patrick Ramsey, Mike, that's something that could be a possibility.
I don't think so, man. It is the how scarce the safety position is. Because now you would have to definitely draft one, which I think we already have to do. Then you draft one and then go out and sign a free agent quarterback or safety, excuse me. I don't see Ramsey going anywhere. I think he's going to be a key part of the defense. His contract isn't that, cost prohibitive. And the way Patrick Graham was talking about him and the way we saw him be the leader of that local leader of that defense, they need someone like him on this team. I don't see him going anywhere.
Point taken. Let's scoot up to Vegas. Vegas' Little League score, talking, of course, about the 23-1 Pitt victory over West Virginia yesterday. And you know what? Little League kids usually keep the games closer than that. That makes it funnier. Let's go to right here, Tortilla. I'm sorry, Vegas. Vegas says, the only Kells I know is R. Kelly. I don't know. It's some chick. She's hot. Look her up. I just know she's going to be there. Wiz Khalifa's going to be there. Nelly's going to be there. Punxsutawney Phil, if you're looking for the big names. Let's go here. Tyrone. How you doing, my brother? Always great seeing you. And yet, listen, Mike, can you be? I can't be any more excited. I can just feel that. I feel like I'm jumping out of my skin because of how exciting this is. Because this is a football game. This is something that you wait for. You look forward to. And it's like waiting for game time to come. And right here, coming to our own beautiful city, Pittsburgh, PA, baby. It's so I can't calm down. I just can't.
You can't. You are very, very, very giddy.
I'm very giddy. That's a good word.
I haven't seen you like this in a while, and I kind of like it, but I'm also kind of nervous.
Let me get. I just want to go right here. This is to Tyrone. My man, the GOAT, Tyrone. Joey Porter Sr. Peasy believes that the best is yet to come with Joey Porter Jr. He says, quote, we are still very hungry. We're still fighting to be the best. That never stops. He hasn't received any hardware that makes him feel like he's at the top, like how makes it feel like he's at the top, like how he feels. He's like he's one of the better corners in the league. This is him speaking. I'm just reading it verbatim. I apologize. But he hasn't gotten any hardware yet. The All Pros, the Pro Bowls. So my son, Joey Porter Jr., is still hungry. I mean, the grind don't stop. He's played very well, and his best football hasn't even come yet, Tyrone. That's for you, my friend. That was from Papa Peasy, if you will, talking about his boy, young JPJ, tearing up the NFL again, letting up a single touchdown since he's been with the Steelers. Got to be encouraged by the talk of Peas. Again, I trust in JPJ fully, but it's nice to hear again a lot of positive, a lot of optimism coming from the Steelers just in general, from the building, from the team, from the coaches. Mike, again, very opposite of how we kind of felt this offseason was going to feel as we were getting trounced on that AFC wild card weekend. So again, halfway there, I think people are starting to feel good about this, and I think this draft is going to put us over the edge, baby.
I think it is too. And this team has been building the past couple off seasons through the draft. You can feel it, man. Like they're so close. You're seeing the gains. We also saw some of the negatives come out, in their play, and you're hoping, okay, we have a brand new coaching staff, brand new schemes. Maybe those mistakes will be limited, and the ways they learned how to eke out close victories, will help them pay dividends in the long run. But you get this new explosive offense in. This team, baby, this team has a feel to it.
There's a feel.
I don't think they're going to be contending for a Super Bowl, but I have a feeling they will be a very fun team to watch. And the team, like RB and I I think we were talking about off air yesterday, he and I, like, they're going to be a physical team, but also a team that can rack up a lot of points too, to where you might win, but over the long haul, I think this.
Well, that's what the good teams do nowadays. Like your Philadelphia that was in the Super Bowl, your Seattle that was in the Super Bowl last year. That's what these teams are doing. They're building physical teams that can score points. And you know what? You got to stay up with the Joneses. You got to keep up with the league. And in my opinion, Mike, everything that's happened so far is putting us in a better position to do just that, certainly than we were 1 year ago. So you have to like that. I want to throw Mark Malone a bone real quick too. Mark Malone on the terrible board. I do want to say to my man Mark Malone, I had a little scoop there for Ty. I also want to say this from Mr. Mark Malone, an insider. I don't know which insider, Mark, but an insider strongly hints the Steelers want Beck on day 2. I'm just saying. I don't know how much stock you're going to put into that. I just do want to say that an insider said that the Steelers are strongly hinting at wanting Beck on day 2. So again, it may not be, it may not happen. It may not even be in the ballpark. But again, at the end of the day, I knew Mark Malone more than anybody would like that scoop. Let's get back on the board, Mike. Let's get back at it. A lot coming in today. I don't want to miss anybody. The board is banging.
They are.
The board be banging, baby. Let's go right here too. Right here. Vegas says only Kelly knows his Kells. Okay, let's go to Tortilla. He says, welcome to Pittsburgh, the city of dead end streets, and they are still continuing to close down more streets because that makes sense. As the draft nears, yes, it's going to be insane. I think, Mike, they're depending on a lot of people depending on public transportation because I can't possibly even imagine where you're going to park anywhere close. It's under $500 for one.
Right.
And if it's under $500, you're going to be walking. So, again, just be prepared for a busy day. That's all. It's easy to think of the fun and the going and looking at this, watching that, seeing the players. But it's a lot of folks. Again, Pittsburgh itself houses 300,000 people. This is expected to have over 750,000. The greater Pittsburgh area, over 1 million between 1 and 2, but Pittsburgh itself. So, again, those 60,000 that jam-pack into Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium every weekend, that's just a fraction of the 750,000 that is expected.
It's going to be a tight one, boys.
Let's go on the board right here. Tyrone, but JPJ, best in the biz, baby. All day. Yinzer Joe says Steelers aren't taking calls for Queen or Ramsey, but Highsmith and Herbig are available. That is 100% true. And only the reason because they were taking calls on Queen before is why I would think that they would consider Queen. They certainly talked about Dallas, and I know that, that whole thing went down. So, again, after I thought about it just a few moments ago, I don't think Ramsey's going anywhere. He's gonna be a big part of what goes on in this defense. But yes, Highsmith and Herbig certainly that was announced. They'll be taking calls. And again, Mike Queen. At the end of the day, do you want to create that hole any other in the middle of the defense? I don't think you do, but I still think that they'll take calls and see possibly what people would like.
Yeah, like if someone's going to offer you a decent package for him, you have to listen and discuss the possibility, because there's guys you can draft or to fill in the linebacker position, or you go into, okay, we're going to beef up the D line even more in this draft, and then allow those linebackers we have after him to hopefully be able to fly around and make plays. You gotta listen to it, but yeah, losing both Highsmith and Queen in the same draft, might be too much. I can definitely see one of them. Two, you would have to be blown away by the packages that you're getting for Queen, and then hopefully you can draft a linebacker to kind of plug into his spot.
Let's go right here to Just Learning. Always great seeing Just Learning on the terrible board. He says, "Hey, bros, what's up, bro? Always great seeing you, dude. Hope you're ready. Hope you're ready for the big day tomorrow." Vegas says this: imagine if everyone had a jetpack and just how many midair wrecks there would be at the draft. And I also do know this, guy. They are running the Gateway Clipper from like where the station square is, like they're running that all day. And also I think from the point. So if that's a concern, of course the bridges are going to be walked upon. They're shutting down the bridges and they're going to be there for walking. But also I do know for 100% from the point to the North Shore, the Gateway Clipper fleet will be going back and forth will be all day, every day. And then also I think from over by Station Square as well, going across the river, as the river will be shut down for the most part. It's not open for public boating and things like this for the draft, but they will have that going. Again, the T will be free, the Mon Incline free this weekend. So many different things. So again, if you are coming to town, take a look around, get on and find out what's going on in Pittsburgh this weekend, because there's a lot of notable stuff that is happening that you should know. And if you are coming in from out of town that you may not know. So again, just try to be prepared, try to prepare yourself as good as you can. Let's go here to right here to somewhere.
Did you lose your spot?
I know every once in a while, like I'm doing this, and I catch a post that catches my eye.
Yeah,
so I stop and I look at it, and I think, and I forget that I'm scrolling.
you forget what you were doing.
I did. I was like thinking how I'm going to respond to that one.
Exactly. Yep.
Let's go right here to Stinky Minx. Stinky Minx says Pittsburgh is an overrated city, according to who? Pittsburgh is a fantastic city, as a matter of fact. It's always been pretty fantastic, as a matter of fact, in a lot of different ways. Sounds like maybe you might be a Cleveland fan, Stinky.
I think so.
Vegas says y'all will know if he shows up. The area will start smelling like McDonald's. And you know what? Again, I don't want to get into politics, but for an 80-year-old guy that eats McDonald's 3 times a day, where does he get this energy? The guy's nonstop. He's fighting wars. He's doing this. I want to have that energy because I like McDonald's, and I'm not 80.
Crack cocaine? I don't know. I'm just throwing guesses out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he would be a little skinnier if that be the case. But again, you think
like someone, anyone in that type of position, you got access to the good shit.
Who knows? They probably have access to things we never heard of before.
I know, right? That's not fair. I want to
go here to Christophus. Christophus says if there is a run on wide receivers in the first round, we are going to draft Chris Bristle or Ted Hurst. Also, Bryce Lance may fall to us right around round 2. Let's go to Vegas. Cody rolled a blunt with the list and blazed it, Mike. That's what he says about your stupid list. He says, I'm going to smoke your list. I'm going to watch the draft, and I'm going to blow it right in your stupid face on your screen.
The list is indestructible. The list is undeniable. The list is forever.
Oh, I hate that list already. Let's go here to Somber. Somber says, howdy, folks. Always great seeing Somber on the terrible board. My man. I know he's ready for the draft. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, oh, shit, Somber the GOAT in the easy, baby. That's right. Vegas says it's the starter short bus. Mike, that's what it is. It's the
starter short bus. He's in the JUCO starter bus. He's got to work his way up through the system.
He'll get it. Like you, he's still learning.
Well, he's been bumped down to the minors. He had some early success in the pros. It's been wavering, so they had to send him back down to work on a few things.
Great seeing Christine on the board as always. Christine Go Black and Gold says, "What's shaking y'all?" Great to see Christine on the terrible board as always. I know she's excited about the draft. Let's get up to, let's keep this thing going. The draft board is moving, or I'm sorry, the terrible board, Mike, is moving rather well. So let's focus here. Let's focus. Got to focus. Tortilla says this. Ty Simpson took the short bus to school. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, "Christine, you better be in a good mood today." Summer says, "Christine, Vegas, Tortilla, everybody, what's up?" Vegas says this. Now there's a great bumper sticker. My son's the Tom Brady of his short bus. I like that. That sounds something right up your alley, Mike.
That is too. One of the guys at work said that because I was bullshitting around with him. He's like, "Man, your kid's gonna be the Tom Brady of that bus." I'm like, "Hell yeah, he is."
Christopher says this. He says, Coach McCarthy said that Will Howard has been looking good at OTAs. And this is what Will Howard says, guys. Will Howard says, "I'm preparing like I'm going to play," and he should be. Yeah. And again, these aren't dumb people. We're talking about this Will Howard. Does he have it? Does he not have it? He's not a dumb guy. Of course, he went to a big college. He's he played high level football. At the end of the day, so that's what I want him doing. And again, I shouldn't need the reassurance, but it's nice to hear, Mike, that that's the thought process anyway. Yeah. But if you were 20-some years old and you don't prepare like you're going to play every day, maybe you're in the wrong business.
Yeah, that would be worrisome right there. He does have the right attitude. You like to hear that. You just hope the talent is there as well.
Absolutely. Let's go to right here to Ty. Ty says, "Yep, excited for 18. Looking good, getting the reps he deserves." And that's what you want to see. I think if you're a Steeler fan right now, again, you want the better. You'd like things to be fixed and handled. But at the end of the day, for where we're at and how things are going, this is what you want to hear. This is what you want to see. So yep. I'm glad to see 18 out there as well. Christine says, "In a great mood, Ty. Got my lawnmower dryer, my fence fixed. Drank a little too much last night though, but I recover well for an older person. We'll just say older person. I do want to say to Christine, looks like she's ready, Mike. She got everything out of the way, so she doesn't miss a minute.
That's not drinking too much the night before. That's preparing your body for the draft. That is training camp, and that is a veteran move."
Let's go to Somber. Somber says dryer fixed is huge. Absolutely, that's a big one there. What was it? A belt? That always seems to be the problem. Them damn dryers. Let's go to Squeege. Squeege says, "Yeah, and women having their tits crammed in a camera is overrated too." That, of course, is going back to Stinky Minx. Stinky Minx on the board. Saying some not so nice things. Let's go here to Vegas. Vegas says, "How many people live in the surrounding area in Pittsburgh?" Though Vegas only has 650, but like 3 million. It's listen. It depends on what you look at. It was 1.3. Something else I looked at was around 2 million. But at the end of the day, Pittsburgh itself, 300,000 people. The greater Pittsburgh area is again between 1 and 2 million. One of the smaller big cities in the country. I always do say that. Even Cleveland is larger than us in population. Philadelphia kind of puts it into perspective. Let's go right here. Tortilla, very, very rare Rooney dub. Very, very rare Rooney dub. Vegas has put the Raisin fans, the Ravens, of course, in the river. He says, "Put them in the river, Mike. Don't even put them by the river. Let them watch the draft from in the river." I don't want them funking our rivers up.
Our the waterways have it's took a long time to get them nice and cleaned up from the 60s and 70s from the steel mills. We don't want it polluted with any of that stank from Baltimore.
Nobody want none of that Baltimore stank, believe me. Let's go to right here. Christina says, "I had to take the whole damn thing apart, replace the heating element and thermostat. It was a bit of a bitch, so it wasn't even just the belt. It was a whole lot of stuff." Very impressive, Christine. Bravo to you. That is way more than I'm capable of. Bravo to you. Somber says, "Maybe they'll turn back into grapes. Maybe they'll turn back into grapes." Of course, the Ravens. Vegas says, "Mr. Rooney was the only owner to vote against the Browns leaving Cleveland, and why wouldn't he?" What a fun disaster they've been from the beginning, certainly in the Super Bowl era. And that's the only thing that really matters. Let's go. Unless you ask a Browns fan, then they'll tell you those games in the 50s when the game was different and all the rules were different and you were playing against all white guys. You can't add that. You can't include that. I'm just saying it has to be Super Bowl era. It has to be.
It has to be. It does not count.
Let's go right here to Han John Quinn. What's up? Always great seeing Han John. He says this, my pick first and a big boo. Let me hear it. You know what? My board is being crazy, but let me try to. If I can pull that boo up, I will. It's been giving me problems, Mike, but let's see if it will. There you go.
Ooh.
Call me crazy. Maybe it wasn't. Steelers move up. Let's see. Ravens take loan at 14. Steelers move up to 15 and take Mekhi Lemon. You know what? I think it's not a lose move. It's not a move that people will be disappointed. Again, obviously, the offensive line, the two positions in particular on the left, the big topic. But, Mike, I think at the end of the day, if we can move up and grab Mekhi Lemon, I don't think a lot of people will be upset with that. And then you could just kind of – and I'm sure they have plan A, plan B, plan C.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can start working on your line. And then you know you have the best possible wide receiver that you could have possibly got from the draft.
Yeah.
So, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
It goes kind of against what you need to do, but again, you could make that adjustment and make it work easily.
Yeah, like you could, and arguments can be made. Like I'm a proponent of getting the line set and then finding receivers second, third round. But if you go him there, there's going to be hopefully potentially 3 guards available for you in round 2, and then round 3 there's going to be some tackle prospects there that you can have as developmental
Mike,
project.
this guy here certainly popped up. This was from Peter Schreger. He announced he came out and said that Georgia's offensive tackle Monroe Freeling. Mike, tell me a little bit about Monroe Freeling.
He sounds just like Project Jones 2.0. Oh. Big athletic guy from Georgia. Didn't play a whole lot. You see the potential, you see the athleticism, but does not have that many starts. He 160 some odd snaps in 2023. The following year up to about 600 snaps at right and left tackle. Then last year, finally, he started for the majority at left tackle. Just a raw guy, athletic. We've been down this road before. I hate, scouting the helmet. Like a tackle from Georgia who's athletic, who shows promise, but has to work on things. Broderick Jones 2.0. I don't know. I like our offensive line coach is a whole hell of a lot better than what we had previous, but do we want to go down that route?
Let me ask you. Of course, the tackle, the offensive guard, the offensive tackle, Mike, the wide receivers and DBs. Those are being coined the first 4 priorities for the Steelers in this draft. So, I mean, you start mixing and working around. I would love Lemon, but, again, you want that top offensive lineman. We're talking about these tackles. We're talking about guys from Georgia. We're talking about all these things, Mike. But those are the 4 areas of interest early in this draft, and you get 5 picks in the top 100. How do you think this plays out? Give me a number. Do you say it's going to be 2 offensive linemen? Do you think it's going to be 2 receivers? Is it going to be a safety? Mike, how with those 5 picks in the top 100, what's the most ideal? Again, I'm not looking for players, just by position on how beneficial to the team. Again, of course, by breaking down by individual, you could get a lot deeper into it. But just in general, Mike, you think they're going after a couple offensive linemen with those first 5 picks? Are they going to what's your take on that?
I think it might just be 1 offensive lineman. If they're really high on Hoffman, who they brought in from Dallas, the new coaching staff's familiar with, I can see them just going with 1 offensive lineman, a guy who can play inside or outside, maybe trending up for not to get into people, but I can see just 1 offensive lineman in the first 5, like an offensive lineman, a wide receiver, a corner, and a safety. And then maybe a quarterback. I see if they keep all 5, it might be 1 at each position.
All right, now good. Let's jump back on the board, Mike. It's bumping. Let's stay not fall behind too much. I'm gonna go right here. Yeah. Let's go to Christine. Christine says this: Rooney the second needs to stay off the draft stage because he might get booed. And also, don't forget, if you are down there this weekend, guys, when Roger Goodell steps up on the stage. Again, make a name, everybody. Let's do things the Pittsburgh way. Boo Roger Goodell more than anybody has ever booed Roger Goodell. You don't want to forget that when you're down there. I know I will certainly be jumping in on that, Mike, when I am down there. Let's go to Robbie. Robbie the Hedford, Robbie Hedford. He says this: last time I was in Pittsburgh, the stadium smelled like piss and nothing but drunks. You know what? I'm very proud of the drunks, and I do want to say perhaps you smelled your own upper lip. I don't know. That's the only thing that I could come to on that.
Breaking news, that is correct.
We the results are in. That is correct, Robert.
That's what the producer is telling me.
The producer's telling me that Robert's own upper lip smells like piss, and we're going to stick with that and move forward.
We do not judge, man.
I'm not judging. Let's go right here to Vegas. He says, will Aaron announce he's coming back tomorrow during the draft? I don't think he will. However, I do have something here for you guys. If I could just pull this up for one moment in regards to Aaron Rodgers. This is what this is what Art Rooney II says about Aaron Rodgers. He says this: well, I wish I could tell you we're at the end of this discussion, but we're still talking to Aaron. He is deciding what he wants to do. I think we're close. He kind of told us his time frame, what he's going to do, what he's going to be up to over the next couple of weeks. So I think we'll have an answer soon. Let's put it that way. And also, I find out that Mike, that time frame has it right around the beginning of OTAs. So again, this is what we're looking at now. Rooney saying it's not going to be too much longer. They're talking to him regularly. So again, whatever that means, for people who work together and know one another, I kind of have a feeling that they know more than they would tell us, of course, as you would with your friends and running out and telling everybody else. So again, you have to understand that there's that going on. But at the end of the day, Mike, right around before the OTAs kickoff, I think is when they're expecting now. And then it's going to be, that's in May. So again, this could happen in the next month. But remember, it was right around June when he did it last year. So we're making that change from April to May. He came last year in June. They're saying OTAs now. So roughly the next month or so, hopefully we get that information one way or another. We got to get that information.
Hopefully, but hey, the more time you have with your young quarterback, whether it be Will Howard and a draft pick this year, getting a lot of these snaps in like the organized team activities, the offseason workouts, I'm all for it. And then, like, if Aaron does decide to come back, cool. Those guys have had a chance to get in there, work with the guys. Now it's time for Aaron to slot in with the ones, Howard with the twos, and then Mason and the rookie with the 3s and 4s. Your quarterback room is starting to fall into place going into training camp. And if Rodgers doesn't come back, cool. You go Will Howard as your one, maybe battling with a rookie, and Mason sitting there to be your backup. Cool. And now you know what you have in place. And the way they've been moving, the way they've been operating, the way they've been answering questions, that kind of seems what their game plan is. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers or Will Howard.
And this was Mike. This is what Aaron. This is Will Howard. Will Howard staying in touch with good friend Aaron.
Good friend.
Well, then this is what's parentheses. So I have to make sure everybody out here, Mike, they know that it's written like that. It says this: Aaron Rodgers staying in touch with good friend Will Howard. Will says this, Mike. Will says he'll make a decision when he's ready. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. I thought he was going to make the decision next December. Okay, Will, thank you. Mike, his good friend that gets you the scoop that he's going to make a decision when he's ready.
He's going to make it when he's ready. That's fine. And like I just said, man, the team's operating like it's either going to be Will Howard or Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's how they should be running it.
Well, I think the it was just the concept of that Ohio State education really paying off for you, buddy. Let's move up on the board here, Mike. Where I'm gonna go here. Squeege says this: if you smelled piss everywhere, that might be you. But I couldn't agree more. If you smell piss everywhere you go, there's a good chance it's you. Christopher says the hotels and motels are sold out, even the hostels. There's a lot sold out. There are things open, but again, as it goes, business is business. People start jacking prices up, and unfortunately, that's going to be the case. So I feel for people in that manner. Vegas, yes, of course. He's asked if Airbnb is a thing in Pittsburgh. It sure is, and a lot of people taking advantage. Not taking advantage, but helping, I guess I could say. But renting out their homes and a room in their home and things like this to make a few extra bucks. And I think that probably happens in every city. But I do know that there's things out there. Just this late in the game, it might be tough to find something that's affordable. But I don't know. That's just what I would assume. Let's go here to Christine. She says, I wish I was coming. Yeah, you know what? I know. I just wonder what the breakdown is going to be. You know what I mean? How many people come from Los Angeles for their Rams, and how many people are actually going to be there? Their Seattle Seahawk fan. Just going to be very interesting to see how the whole thing plays out. Certainly through the weekend. Somber says, I bet Christine mine broke a few notes back. Luckily, it was only the door sensor had to wait a few days for a new one to arrive. Simple swap out, but without being without a washer or dryer sucks. And I think that he meant months, as I did see that before. Let's go right here to Robbie. Look at Robbie. He says, no, it was actually you, bud. Who was it? Something tells me it was you, Robbie. Something tells me.
I think so, man. If you're noticing a smell and no one else is noticing it, that's usually like your body in your nose and your olfactory senses. You look it up. I know it's a big word for you. It's your olfactory senses informing you, hey, bud, you kind of stink. Hey, you kind of pissed yourself. You might want to go take care of yourself, man.
Could take care of yourself.
Go take care. We welcome you here, man. You're welcome to the terrible board, brother. We're happy to show you around. We're just trying to make things better.
We have a resident Cleveland Browns fan who I see is on the board. He comes in and stinks up the place every day. You
guys can hang out in that corner together. That's we'd like to keep people like you and that guy segregated from the rest of the people. You don't want your stench getting on us.
Somber says, "Ayo." Christopher says Pittsburgh is already over. You ain't kidding. And again, it's the way that it's built. It's gonna be interesting. Let's move on. Let's go to Squeege. He says, no, it wasn't. Months, not notes. Of course, back to Somber's comment talking about his dryer. Christine said this in response. She says, Somber, it works so good now. I've never been so happy to do 5 loads of laundry. That's when maybe it might be more about the draft coming that might have you in a good mood. But again, 5 loads of laundry, we'll take it. Vegas says this, where is the the Giant stage compared to where Heinz Field and PNC Park? It is it's right next to Heinz Field, but it's on the PNC Park side. So if you were in the middle of the two stadiums, you would look to your left and see PNC Park, and you would look to your right and see the stage, and then, of course, Acrisure Stadium. Let's go to where? Let's go here. Christine says, I think that's where we're at. Yeah, Christine says I should start making YouTube videos showing people how to fix things. You know what? I'd watch. Robbie, he says the bathroom were so full of people who were pissing in the sinks for. Yeah, what do you want me to tell you? I don't know, Robbie.
That's like every stadium I've ever been to.
That is football. That's a football game. Have you ever attended, places where men are and having fun and drinking beer and watching football? I'm just saying, this isn't ballet. Do what you want with that. Let's go right here to Squeege. He says, then don't go back, leave it behind. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're complaining about all these things, are you really a football fan? This sounds kind of like our Tater, Mike, worrying about
it does.
Bathroom stalls and toilets and shit. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, no one cares about that.
Vegas says, yes, and you should wear something showing off your body and you'll get famous. And I have something about that in just a second for Christine. So just keep that in mind. Let's go here to boom. Somber, you should. They're useful and the residual income would be nice for years to come. Now, what I wanted to say, we actually had a guest on our show about 5 years ago who did that. And she had like an amazing amount of people, like millions. She's, a matter of fact, right up on the hill where our town that we're in. And she walked over at her job. What she had to do, she was a housekeeper at a hotel. And every day she would open the chute and all these towels from the hotel would all drop out of the chute. And I mean, it was mounds. And she was good looking. And what she would do is she would open that, and that's what it was. She had her stretchy pants on, regular clothes. I mean, she looked good though. And what she did was she would walk over, look all good, open that up, and then all the towels would fall onto the floor. And that's all it was. There was nothing about the video that had any interest beside her being a good looking girl. She walked over and opened a chute. So there you go. I'm just saying, if you have an idea, there's a market out there for you, no matter who you are. But again, I'm just saying that was walking over in her laundry job and opening a shoot. Did very, very well. She did make money. But yes, very Casey. Casey was really good guest. She was back a couple times. As a matter of fact, she won a tattoo here on our show. Let's go. Which unfortunately we didn't get to give her. We just we gave her the gift certificate, but I would have been down for giving her the tattoo. Let's go. Where should we go? Somber says, bah. Christine says, I could definitely use some residual income. Absolutely, man. Ty, Christine, that's awesome. Happy for you. Let's go back to Robert. Robert says, believe me, I will never go back. Where are you from anyway? That's just kind of just to be fair, because you're giving all kind of opinions. Maybe we could share some feedback with you. Let's go to RB, my man from the show right here. RB says this: I've looked at 1,000 scenarios. I don't see any way we end up with Vega. I'm sorry. I just think the experts are just way under evaluating the offensive line. I just can't find a path to get ahead of Baltimore and Detroit. And I got to be honest with you, RB knows his shit.
I was just reading too, man. It's saying 8. A report came out from talking to a bunch of GMs, like 8 or 9 offensive linemen in the first round, and a huge run starting from like 9 down to 16 of just offensive linemen flying off the board. So it's going to be hard.
Absolutely. I do want to just jump over real quick and say good afternoon to Lindsay, of course, like from regular season. You remember Lindsay? She's on the board today as well. Great seeing Lindsay. Of course,
up,
a lot of people, Mike, getting back into mode to draft just tomorrow, right here in Pittsburgh, PA, guys. So excited. This is draft week. We're so happy and thankful. I'm glad that everybody joined us. Let's continue on the board here. Mike Tyrone says this. That's the JPJ effect. Also, RB says, without cutting into next year's draft, finishing off his thought, of course, Ty says, RB, we can trade with Dallas. And I do know that Dallas will pretty much take anything we have on our defense. For whatever reason, Mike, they're fascinated by our defensive players, even the one that led the league in missed tackles.
Hey, that's the Dallas move right there.
Yeah, get rid of Micah Parsons and bring in the guy that led the league in tackles. Good management. Let's go right here to Ty. Ty says, I've heard all week, 21, PQ, 99, 12. Dallas is going to try to go 3 to get Styles. He's a linebacker. RB says Arizona wants to get back into the 20s for Simpson. So 3 for 12 and 20 makes sense. Christine says this. Ty, Dallas already offered us a 3rd for Queen, and we told them to kick rocks. Squeege, great story. Thanks. Robbie, let's get back to what Robbie says. Robbie's been making quite the impression today. Let's see what he says. Robbie says, Rodgers is finished. Why bring him back? It makes no sense. I don't know. I don't understand what your interest is. You hate it here. It smells here. You're never coming back. What do you care? Maybe you should be happy. Let's go to Ty. Ty says this, exactly. So package that in a deal. Somber says, I'd be on the phone with Seattle yesterday. Pick at 21, then move back into the late first. Vegas is number 3 is 2,200 points. 12 is 1,200 and 20 is 850. So they'll need to add something. The Beckmeister coming home, Mike, the Beckmeister on his way home is what. There he is, everybody. There he is. The new face of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the face of the franchise. There you go. Screw Omar. Screw the Roonies. I want to see that face every day. Somber says this. Seattle only has 4 picks and said publicly that they want to acquire more picks by moving out of the first. And there's that 32nd overall you were talking about, Mike.
Yeah, because they really want to move from that spot, and there's a lot of teams, hankering for that pick.
They are hankering for sure. Let's go here to Vegas. Vegas says Beck had bitter beer face when things weren't going well at Georgia. I don't like him. He's always got bitter beer. You remember those commercials, Mike, with the guy with the bitter beer face?
Mm-hmm. He'd be up.
Yes.
It was like, I don't know how he got his face like that. It was fucking wild.
Steelers, John, Big John Stud, middle name Mud says this. It's like Christmas for Ryan. It really is. And I'm really feeling that amongst Pittsburgh Steeler fans just in general, guys. A lot of excitement certainly going into this draft. John also follows it up by saying the guy who must go to YouTube and look at the player's tape after he is picked. You know what? Me too. I'll watch. That's the thing. It's, and like I always mentioned on the show, the guys know their stuff. They instinctively follow the draft, know every name, know every person, know every player. But what I'll do is when we get our players, Mike, I will learn about that guy front and back. There's nothing about him I won't know. He has to be the guy picked for us before I get to that level of interest. But I will certainly watch every video, read everything about him, everything about his childhood. But that's just me personally. But those guys, Mike, all day long on our group chat that we have, just back and forth with information about these prospects. A lot of fun. I certainly learned a lot from them guys.
Me too. I try to dig into some of these guys, but they have they're RB's bringing up guys I haven't even heard of, and you go and watch the tape and like that. That's there's something there with that guy. Him and Chop, man, they just be throwing names around. You go and look at them and like could be something there. Could not be, but oh, this guy's good. Oh, this guy, yeah, I'm not sold on, but that guy, yeah, they have just a deep knowledge of people, even if they might not be good or not. It's like having Mel Kiper Jr. and Tom McShay on speed dial. I love it.
Yeah, man. Yes. Let's go right here. Yeah, it really is, Mike. Because I just open up my phone and I look and there's all this information and it's our guys. And I learned a lot. I'm learning a lot. Let's go right here. Christine, Steeler moved on me. Just give me a moment to find my spot. I'm going to go right here. Christine says this. Steeler Freak reading the directions about how to use your new transformer. LOL. I do want to say today, welcome everybody to the show. Great to see you. Everyone's excited about the Pittsburgh Steelers, this Pittsburgh draft, Mike, tomorrow, April 23rd, 24th, 25th, right here in Pittsburgh, PA, Western Pennsylvania. Let's go. Vegas 32 is 590 points, 53 is 370 points, 76 is 210, and 93 is 128. Somber says, if I could find where my button is again, right here. Yeah, let's go right about here. No, right there. You know what I need, Mike? I need a new mouse pad.
You need a new mouse pad?
Oh yeah, because I'm just running it off my table and it's not the same. I always thought to myself, who needs a mouse pad? It's all the same. It's not.
It's not because it sticks.
Yeah, and
it doesn't work right. Yeah. I think we got it in the budget.
Do you have a mouse pad in your studio? An extra one?
No, I got my mouse pad.
All right,
I'll see what I can scratch it.
Just take yours.
That's fucked up.
Somber says this: Steelers have set themselves up nicely to be flexible. They sure have, Somber. I'm again, you got to be excited. It really feels that a home run is going to be hit with this overall with the Steelers when it's all said and done. I'd be very surprised if we walk away from this draft going, But again, Mike, how many times have you felt something about a draft and you walked away going,
it's happened. It's happened. I'm like, why'd we pick that guy? Ooh, why'd we pick this guy? Hopefully it doesn't happen this year.
Tortillas is offset, penalty offset. We're picking at 21. There you go. Vegas says, you bought a Caitlyn Jenner doll? The sex robot Somber says, Steeler Freak says, yeah, it's exciting for me not to know any player until pick. No disappointment. That's kind of how I am too, John. Let's go. Because again, you learn a lot of information about these guys. Some of them won't ever even matter. You might hear the name 4 years from now and somebody will go, yeah, you remember he was drafted? We were thinking about getting him. No, I don't. Let's go here to Mark Malone. The con man won't pull the trigger on a trade unless it's a real fleecing. You know what? He's been good at that so far, man. And you know what? There's ample of teams to fleece this weekend. We'll see what we can do. Scott Atkins, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Always great seeing Scott on the terrible board. Scott says this: Mackay or die. Make the hometown crowd erupt and fix the receiver position. DK, Pittman, Lemon turns the Steelers' wide receiver room into weapons of pass destruction. I like that, Scott. Always great seeing you on the terrible board, Mike. In the weapons of pass destruction, that is certainly in the running for a game ball on the terrible board today.
It is. Me personally, I wouldn't get the O-line, but I do like Mackay Lemon too. So I'm torn. Do I want to build the O-line or get a stud receiver? There's a lot of receivers in the draft. they really can't mess this up. Like you would have to like completely trip over your own dicks to mess up the first two picks for the Steelers. As long as a wide receiver and a lineman, they should be fine.
Let's go here to Scott. He follows it up by saying, "I miss being on, guys. I have been out of my mind busy." Goes to, we totally understand that, bro. we really do. We always recognize you, man, and we love having you. When you could get here, you could get here, and during the football season, it's a lot easier. And again, people prioritize and say, you know what, football in front of everything. So it's off season. It's nice to see you. Great to see you here at the draft. In draft time. Christine says this, Mike. She says, I think we definitely need to keep her. You know what? My board is. Let me try to make a quick adjustment here, and I could do a little bit.
Ryan versus technology. This is where he starts.
Mike has the stage, and that's what he decides to come up with.
Well, yeah, because I know that's what all the comments are going to be right now. But going back to the wide receiver O-line in the first round, me personally, like I said, I'm pro O-line. I think it's the safest pick. But, say if you can get a Lemon in the first round, then like a Rutledge in round 2, I would take that. But now we just got to find a tackle prospect. And once you get out of the first round, I know a lot of people like Markel Bell just because of his size, but I don't know about his athletic ability at this level, because in college, being that mountain of a man and with the athleticism he has is great at that level, but is that going to translate to the next level? I'm not a big fan of him. And then I'm just worried like a lot of the tackles later in the draft might be more guards or more rotational tackles, not someone who can come in and fight for a starting job right away.
Now let's get back on the board, my guy. We got a lot coming in. Let's go right to Christine. She says, She says, I think we definitely need to keep or second pick and get another in the second, regardless. If we package a bunch of stuff to move up to up in the first, no way in hell would I trade our second pick, though. Let's go to Somber. Somber says this. YouTube do it yourself is clutch. Changed out my water heater and countless car parts via YouTube University. I've certainly learned a lot from YouTube myself. It's what you usually go to now, because Google's going to tell you how to do it, but YouTube will show you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll show you how to do it. Let's go to Scott. Scott Atkins says this: offer Dallas Queen the 21st and 4th for the 12th pick in Lemon. End of days. What's up? Always great seeing End of days on the terrible board. End of days says Con is going to draft a quarterback. What round? I don't know. It was just said also end of days that what did I read about Carson Beck, Mike? An insider says the Steelers strongly hint, or they're strongly hinting that they want Beck on day 2. Again, do what you want with that, but that is something that we did talk about briefly. Ty says Scott Facts. I said even 99. Scott Facts, I said 99. Christine, if we pulled off something and traded up for downs, drinks would be on me. Luckily, I'm alone, so it would work out. Let's go to Corey. Corey says, thanks for the shout out. Almost 1,000 subs. That's fantastic, brother. Do go check out Corey Beaver's podcast right here on YouTube, guys. If you love conspiracy theories like I do, go check out Corey here on YouTube, but don't drink that. Let's go to what's up, Jamie? Always great seeing you on the terrible board. Christopher says this is there enough public bathrooms and restaurants to serve all those people? Public transportation is going to be crazy. Probably not. I would say no. Because, again, even with the 300,000 people, Mike, that resides in Pittsburgh itself, they're not all ever out at the same exact time in the same concentrated area. So, again, Christopher, maybe being in Miami might be the ideal place to be for the draft. But, again, it will be packed, but it should be a lot of fun. Lots of things going on over the weekend. Tyrone, we got that. Ty says, this J-Ram ain't going anywhere. Nowhere, he says. Let's go here to Somber. I'm sure they brought in porta potties. They're going to have to. You know what? I think that's pretty standard, right? A lot of times there's an event, they just bring in a whole shitload of porta potties.
Just fucking line them down the street. Line them around the river.
Let's go right here to Vegas. Vegas says, Mike, I've been sick since Saturday until this morning. Sorry, I couldn't. No, dude, you're good. You're good. Again, I thought of you immediately whenever I saw Finch was in Vegas the other day. I was like, I wonder if he hooked up. Let's go here to Mark Malone. Mark Malone says Ramsey playing the slot this year. Somber said in vendors, of course. People were absolutely vendors. People trying to make that dollar. That's definitely going to be out there. Steeler Freak John, Big John Stud, middle name Mud says, I called the studio twice. I don't use other media than Ryan, other than YouTube, Ryan. You don't answer the phone, so my old ass can't communicate. I apologize about that. Let's go to Jamie. Once again, Jamie Carlos says this, IB4 Tyrone. Let's go end of days. End of days says the Steelers need a quarterback in the first round. I think the reward will be worth it. Big Ben was drafted in the first. He was, but I don't even know if there's anybody in this draft that's worth the three names that came out of that draft. Of
No.
course, Ben coming out, Mike at 11 in that draft. Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers were the other two. I don't know if there's even any quarterback in this draft that would be considered that caliber of a player.
Like Mendoza and Ty Simpson in that draft class with those three, and I think who was the other one? Like, was it Manuel or JP Lawson? Like, whoever's in that draft class, these guys would not be first rounders. They would be talked about maybe second round. You might draft a Mendoza, but in that draft class with Ben and Rivers and Manning, no, none of these guys are talked about first round draft picks, man. They would have been like third, fourth rounders probably.
Let's go to right here. Vegas, Kells, Kellis. She's good if you're the one. You know what I'm reading down? It's Kells. It's not Kellis. The milkshake chick. She was hot, but that's not her. Let's go right here. Squeege, fellas, Ty, yes, sir. Vegas, sorry, I was asking Ryan, is that who he was talking about? Yes, Kells. Kells is the name. Again, I just seen it. I don't even recognize it myself, but I do know that Wiz is going to be in town tomorrow. I know that Nelly will be on Friday night on stage. I think Brett Michaels, even from Poison, is going to be involved. He's from here up at Butler. Also, what else? Punxsutawney Phil. I know. I know you. Everybody wants to come in and see Punxsutawney Phil. Pat McAfee, of course, former Steelers, present Steelers, superstar players that hasn't played here but are from here. Curtis Martin, guys like this. There's going to be plenty of folks at the draft this weekend. Let's go to what right here. Squeech says this, getting packed up tonight and getting ready to head over to the Steel City, my man. Where you coming from again, Squeech? Refresh my memory. I apologize. Let's go back to Jamie. Jamie says, Endo, there's only one quarterback in this draft, and it's getting taken first. No sense of taking a quarterback in the first round, going back to the end of days comment. That's kind of where I'm at, too. And we're not going to get him, you know that, unless you decide to give the Raiders everything, of course. Let's go. Jamie, we did get Jamie. Jamie said that. Then Ty says this. Ty says wearing his home jersey tomorrow for good luck. Vega Cooper Jr. Lemon Baby. That's right. Lindsay says, hey, always great seeing Lindsay on the terrible board. Always great seeing Lindsay. And today says this Rabel should have been fired. You know what? I didn't even pay enough attention to the story. I didn't care. To be honest with you. I guess if he would have been on my team, I would have cared. I don't know. He was with some chick that he wasn't supposed to be with. What? You know what?
The only thing I can think of is like tampering. You using a reporter to try and tamper with the Eagles receivers. That'd be about it.
Yeah. See, again, very uninteresting. Let's go to. I'm not saying your comment is uninteresting. I think your comment is very interesting, but again, the actual topic itself didn't really get into it. Let's go here to Steeler Freak. He says this 7568. Thanks for the deep, insightful, and enlightening comments. Let's go, Ty 2490. That's right, JPJ, TJ. I missed those messages on the terrible board. I can't wait for the season. I like the 24s and 90s we always get from them too. Summer says this. I Googled it. Someone named Kel's, a local person singing the anthem. So no milkshake. Yeah, I want the milkshake girl. You ever see her, Mike? Kellis?
No.
Ooh, yeah. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, some shit like that. I don't know how it goes, but I know the chick's hot. And you can even see the top of her ass crack in her videos. And matter of fact, at one point, I know that. But anything beyond that, I don't know. Let's go here to Lindsay all day, 90-24. Vegas says, who will get the loudest boos besides Roger Goodell? I think the Ravens will probably get some boos. Cleveland, of course, will get their boos. All the division teams will certainly get booed. Roger Goodell, and I'm just wondering. I don't know. That's a good question. Let's go here. Squeech says the Ravens for sure. For sure. And we did, if you tune in late and you didn't catch this news, guys, Art Rooney ran to the NFL once he's seen the seating charts and demanded that they be changed because they had the Ravens fans sitting in front of us. And there's no way we're going to deal with that at our home stadium. So they changed it. The Ravens fans are now behind the Steeler fans. So there you go. Let's go here to Somber says, hopefully Rooney could get booed. Ty says, see what you did, Mark? Vegas, her milkshake did in fact bring me to the yard. Yes. Yes, it's an addictive song. It's a very addictive song. Let's go here to Christine. Christine says this, that insider is clickbait, a clickbait idiot, probably more than likely. Maybe Colin Coward, maybe somebody in the local media here in Pittsburgh, but I'm sure some idiot did put that up. Christine says that would be a good way to get booed on stage in Pittsburgh. I would cancel Christmas for y'all if we took back in a second, and Omar should be fired. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, Christine Facts, I'd throw my TV out the window. Let's go here. Just John Steeler Freak says, Ryan, thinking about the crowd had his ma going out and buying him a bulk of paper bags to breathe into. You know what? That's about it, too. See me down there breathing in paper bags. Let's go here to Tortilla. Carson Beck can't even balance to his face. How is he supposed to bring balance to the Steelers? That's a good question. Tortilla always I tell you what, Tortilla's always got the questions.
Like Tortilla, he has like those stoner type questions. Like you're high and you just come with the random questions.
Or if you're not high, you hear his questions and you think you're high.
Exactly.
Let's go here to Christine says this. I'm sorry, Squeech says this. Random, but someone just yelled at me because I'm using Roundup, saying it kills people. Couldn't help myself, sir. As long as you don't get down and make out with the weed, you'll be all right. Yes, that's how I respond to that. Yes. It's weird. I don't know. A guy that I do know. Listen, I don't know him. I just know of him. I used to see him, but he used to be a pest guy in Roundup and things like this and other chemicals. He dude got thyroid cancer. One day I seen him and he had a big hole, and he actually had a zipper on his neck. He had to open it up and clean and shit in there. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if Roundup does that, but I just know that all that chemical shit scares the hell out of me. He's a guy younger than me when I seen that. So do what you want with that. Let's go to Hand John Quinn says this. If Steelers for some reason don't like what's there and can get same pick at 25, I can see them trading back to 25, acquiring 57 and 60, giving up 21 and 53 and 99 wide receiver Rutledge and Golday. Also Tortilla, Lindsay, Somber, Squeege. Squeege says, being from Ohio. Gotcha, being from Ohio. I'm just ready for some Yinzers. I'm ready to be around some Yinzers. Get me the hell out of the state, I think is what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Ohio, that's where I live, but man, I miss me some Yinzers.
Listen, I like Ohio people are nice if they're Pittsburgh fans. Everybody else kind of blows, but
that's like the lucky part where I live in Ohio. There's like a lot of PA transplants.
Well, right across the border, though. I mean, there's a lot of Steeler. I know in my life a lot of Steelers fans.
Dude, it's like the town I'm in. It's like 90% Steeler fans and 10% Browns fans.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you can tell who graduated high school and who did not.
They're usually the Browns fans. I would
Exactly.
assume. Let's go here to Vegas. Vegas says, I bet the graffiti removal people have been working overtime this month. A lot of people are certainly working overtime this month. FBI, Secret Service, CIA, all kind. I mean, with everything going on in the world, you wouldn't believe some of the things I read going on in town this weekend. Let's go here to Ty. Beck can see all four receivers at one time. Like, say that we go empty set backfield. Beck is literally seeing every receiver that's available all at
He's
the same time.
yeah, he's seeing every receiver and also the opponent's sidelines. He is stealing signals. Back with that gecko type vision, it might give us the edge. So it might not be a bad pick in the third round.
Mike, of course, talking about Beck, Mike McCarthy on quarterback says, I believe in 3. We talked about this briefly yesterday. I believe in 3. Again, in my opinion, kind of a Mr. Obvious, because if you don't have 3 quarterbacks on your active team, I don't think you're managing a good football team. That's just my opinion. But again, that was stated, Mike, that he believes in 3. And right now we have 2. We may have 3, but we don't know.
We don't know.
And if we draft them, we may have 4.
We may have 4. Yeah, and
again,
and that's why even I think they are going to draft one because he also likes to have a guy in the practice squad too. He said, so I can see a quarterback being drafted somewhere in this mix. And even if Rodgers does come back, we draft a quarterback. Mason Rudolph is the odd man out. You might be able to fetch a pick next year for him to go back up a team somewhere. So
with that being said, Mike, Jerry Dulac did just report, Mike, yesterday or this morning, if you will, Mason Rudolph will go as starter if Aaron Rodgers don't return, which contradicts some of what we're hearing in the Berg here that Will Howard may get the nod. But Jerry Dulac just reported, Mike, just recently that Rudolph will be the starter if, in fact, Aaron Rodgers don't come back. Again, who he knows where he got that from. Jerry's usually pretty reliable. So, again, to make that statement, it's just makes you wonder a little bit.
Hey, like, for how long would he start, though?
Jim Miller.
Exactly. Yeah, he can start a handful of games, and then you hand it off to Will Howard or a rookie, whoever, wins the backup battle in camp. I don't know. Like, this coaching staff isn't married to Mason Rudolph. They're really not even married to Will Howard. But Howard would make the most sense to if Rodgers doesn't start. I want to start this guy to see what I have. This team is more or less almost quarterback proof to where you can put someone in there, play smart, play within yourself, don't turn the ball over, but don't be afraid to take chances. You should be able to win a lot of games.
Also, Mike, we do know that Rooney did tell us. Rooney says this. This is the latest, Mike. This is what I was trying to find earlier when I was talking about it. Rooney says that Aaron Rodgers told us a time frame. Decision will come right around the start of OTAs was the latest news. But again, Rooney told us that the decision would be here by the draft. So again, Mike, the OTAs start May 18. Today is April 22. So less than a month is another kicking the can down the road, moving the goal line, if you will. But this is now the information that's given by Rooney is he told us his time frame. As a matter of fact, the quote, this decision will come around the start of OTAs. OTAs, again, May 18th, and then mandatory minicamp starting June 16th. So that just kind of gives the a little bit of a timeline, an idea of what's going on, about what's being said in regards to Aaron Rodgers, of course, Mike. So, again, the field goal gets moved a little bit farther back. To me, it looks exactly like it did last year.
Yeah, it does, and that's what it feels like. This tells me they're comfortable with their quarterback situation right now. They're okay running with what they have in a rookie or running with Aaron Rodgers coming back. I don't think it's going to affect their draft philosophy at all. They're just continuing to build their offense, and they're okay with that. They're going to make it to where whoever's quarterback, it's not going to be that big of a deal.
I agree. Let's stay on the board here, guys. Again, lots coming in today. We appreciate everything, and everyone's excited, Mike, getting ready for this big 2026 NFL draft right here in Western PA. Everybody's excited. I can promise you that. Again, people are complaining, but you know what? I don't think it's an abnormal complaint, Mike. Just because again, people know the logistics in the
Yeah.
issues here in the Berg. That's from the Berg. So again, yes, there's that. As you would anywhere, you're going to the pool. If there's a million people in the pool, you're like, ah. So we're excited. Believe me. Don't get me wrong. Very, very excited. A lot of people just see the writing on the wall with a lot of the headaches, though. But again, it's not to discourage anybody from coming to town. Please come and enjoy this wonderful city. A lot to do for you here. Lots of restaurants, lots of great different food, different people. I think that you will have yourself a great time. As a matter of fact, let's get back on the board. Mike Vegas says this. He sleeps during meetings. Talking about Carson Beck. He sleeps during meetings. Somber says this. They aren't drafting Brazel. LOL. He can't block a sixth grader. Vegas says this. Nice. A blunt that never goes out. Now we're talking, right?
Now we're talking my language.
Tyrone says Vega Bernard or Cooper Jr. Rutledge. Scott says this receiver in the first, guard in the second, receiver in the third, defensive tackle in the third, corner safety in the fourth, quarterback in the fifth, trade zone picks for next year. And again, I do think that I would be like if there was no moves that's not involving drafts in this draft for the Steelers would just blow me away. Again, with setting yourself up for next year, with putting yourself in position, nobody has a better, a larger group of draft picks to work with. So again, Mike, I'm just really interested to see how day 1, day 2, and even day 3 goes.
Yeah.
Coming as far as the draft picks that we have, the capital that we hold in our back pocket, Mike. Is it going to play a big role? I don't know, but it will play a role. I can see us scooting around, moving around. And again, would be very surprised if there was an uneventful weekend for the Pittsburgh Steelers with their picks.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going to be moving. I have a feeling they're going to be moving all around. They're probably going to want to get a couple picks for next year. Maybe if they do trade Highsmith, maybe those picks will be next year type picks. And maybe if they could feel they can get better value, more picks, higher round picks next year, that would be fine. Because you can still use those picks if you want to trade around this year and shit like that. So they're gonna have a lot of options, and it wouldn't surprise me if they move around, especially with 12 picks. You have 4 picks in the 7th round. Those might be used as sweeteners to help move up because 8 rookies don't make the team. 7 rookies don't make the team. Only a handful of rookies make the team, so you got to make it worthwhile. But you also don't want to trade them all away after your top 100 because there's still good guys down there. So you got to figure it out. Whole new coaching staff. Do they want to get rid of guys that are currently on the roster? So it's not out of the realm of possibility of using all 12, but I don't see it. I think 8 picks might be the most that we see picked this year.
I think that's a lot of people could agree with that, Mike. I think a lot of people are kind of generally saying roughly around 8 picks, but certainly it's going to be very, very eventful, if you will. Let's go here to Christopher. He says, I already got my tortilla chips, my hot salsa, mozzarella sticks, and hot wings. That just made me really hungry. It really honestly did. A lot of times about halfway through the show, I just kind of get that feeling in my stomach. There it is. There's my lunch whistle, if you will. Let's go here to Lindsay. She wants Tate. Lindsay wants Tate. You know what? That'll be fantastic if we could pull that off. Let's go here to Ty. He says, oh, yes, my Reds are hot right now. They are. It's going to be a long season. I told you, Ty, it's going to come down to us and you guys. The Reds and the Pirates, watch. You just watch. The Cardinals don't got it to be a long-term winning team this year. Cubs are terrible. Brewers, they've been in too many years in a row. This is going to come down to the Buccos and the Reds. You watch. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to say, it's going to be those 2 teams. I'm hoping for it. It'd be fun. Buccos, Reds battling out.
Han John says this. He says, in the lifetime free catch-up for Rutledge, whoever comes in 57, whoever gets picked 57th in the draft, gets a lifetime supply of Heinz ketchup.
This shit makes me laugh. I love it. It is like a lifetime of supply of ketchup and also $8 million contract.
And like a lot of places, Mike, you're at I don't know, this stadium, they give you a free car. If you're at this Chevy, whatever, they'll put a Jeep in it for you. I like this. The 57th pick, of course. Heinz ketchup is going to give that
is such a Yinzer move. I love it.
It is very Yinzer. It is very Yinzer. I mean, come on.
I mean, who won't want some Heinz ketchup for life?
Yeah.
You going out to Pocket, or I don't know why I went Boston. Please move on from me.
Yeah, don't ever do that again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit over here and question
Let's go to
life
Jamie
choices.
Carlo. Jamie Carlo says
Thank
Tyrone.
you.
I'd be good with either of one of those picks. Ty says Jamie, I'm saying I'd love Cooper Jr. Rutledge. Carlos says in response, Reds kicked ass last night. My two teams took out some Boston teams. That's always a good thing. And even if they're not Pittsburgh teams, taking out Boston is always good. I was real happy. That's pretty cool, man. Let's go to Vegas. Says this. Your son is going to be like Johnny Knoxville in The Ringer, Mike. Jeffy Dahmer, I think was the name.
Why'd you name me Jeffrey Dahmer?
Good stuff.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Yeah, good stuff. I love that movie. The guys at Jackass were always some of my favorites. Let's go somewhere here. Let's go to right here. Jamie Carlos says, yes, I got you, Tyrone. Also, Christine says 100% vanilla. Training for tomorrow. Don't forget to leave out your cookies tonight. This is draft eve, and I do have the beard, so I will be popping in through your chimneys, everybody. So don't shoot, please. I'm just coming in for the cookies. Keep that in mind. Let's go to right here where Christopher says my air fryer is going to be hot all weekend. You know what? It's going to be worth it, brother, because that's come on, wings and mozzarella stick. Jeez, oh man. Again, making me hungry. Let's go to Corey. Corey says, isn't a starter short bus just a wagon?
It's not a wagon. It's not a wagon. It's a bus that's not short, tiny.
I love hearing people who ride short buses explain about short buses. It's always so fun. Let's move along. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says, even if Rodgers doesn't come back, Howard isn't starting the season. Maybe some preseason games, but more than likely Rudy starts. But what if they have a little competition and Mason looks like garbage in preseason? Let's say Will Howard surprises the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
Again, we could listen to Jerry Dulac. He says Rudolph will go on to be the starter if Aaron doesn't come back. But again, I like the idea of it being open and letting him duke it out. I mean, if Mason goes in there and shows that he's been here, he knows what he's doing better, then okay, let's roll with him. But again, if Will Howard is able to go out and play productive football and win games and do those things, I have no problem with that either.
Me either. Let the best man win at that point. I'll ride with either one of them.
I'm always for that. I love a good competition, and why have multiple players at positions if you're not going to make them compete, and then figure out where people, where you stand. Yeah. So let's go here to John. He says, Howard wasn't going to say F this BS. Rodgers' old ass is playing games. F him and his AI wife. I'm sitting around smoking weed and playing video games, waiting for the coach to call. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, in Omar Weedle, I trust. That'd be a good shirt. Some kind of something made with that idea would be cool. Let's go to Vegas. He says, sorry, I forgot about the pollution from their filth. Tortilla, he says, the Browns counting their championships as Super Bowls is like me putting my little league championships on my exactly.
Yes.
Tortilla Jackson, you have any experience playing baseball? Well, yeah, in Little League, I had a big hit once. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Cleveland is retarded. Let's go to right here to John, my man, Steeler Freak John, all the way from Las Vegas. John is excited about the draft. He says this, guys, I believe Rooney would go after an old veteran or play Mason before playing Will Howard or a rookie. He wants to be competitive. And you know what, John, you've been consistent, and I expected to see that message. Again, once we did talk about some of the topics today, I knew for sure that you would come with that, and you're right. We'll see. Vegas says, does Lemon have a high crash out probability, Mike?
No.
A lot, there's speculation, there's talk. He's kind of a weird dude when he talks. Mike, do the thing with your head like he does when he talks. But if that's all the problem is, I guess I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and he was at the prospect little thing that they had down at one of the parks, with the kids, and he was like, you know what? He's like, I didn't realize I looked like that when I was doing that. He's like, just one of those things, I got to work on to, present myself more professionally. And he's like, I had a great meeting with the Steelers. He's like, everyone was so awesome to
Or at
me.
least just
It was a
fool
good time.
everybody until you get that money, and then you could go do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Hey.
You get that first round guaranteed money. Fuck yeah, brother.
Learn
do
the
your
ropes.
thing.
Learn the ropes from the pros.
Like RB said, he's probably a little socially awkward. Fuck it. I like all the
That's
reports
the story
are
of my
like,
life. I believe me, I can relate.
Yeah, at USC, there was like no problem with him at any aspect of his college life. So I don't think he's going to crash.
I mean, I'm borderline retarded if you think about it.
That's a thin border, brother.
Let's go right here to Sommer. Sommer says if they moved up for Lemon, then move up again for Rutledge, I might soil my pantaloons. My pantaloons. I tell you what, pantaloons may have you in the running for a game ball today. I'm just saying.
It's because you just love the word pantaloons.
You don't hear that often.
No, you don't.
Christine says I wouldn't be mad if we move up to get Lemon or Tyson or Downs. I really wouldn't move up for anybody else. Well, a couple spots for Vega or Thieneman would also be nice. Tortilla says Vegas 29%. Vegas says if you wear real pantaloons, please post a picture for us. Please show us your pantaloons if you have them. Let's go to Ty. Ty says the whole gang in this bitch. We all hype. You ain't kidding, man. I'm glad to see everybody. I know, again, it's we do this a year round, and listen, it's hard to stay interested in something a year round, and
Yes,
we're glad to see a lot of people back, guys, and we missed you. We did it. Everybody, Ty, tell them we missed everybody. I'm glad to see people back from the season. We are getting ready for this big draft. Finally, tomorrow, Mike, a little over a day, if you will, because, again, it doesn't start till the evening, but one day until the NFL draft right here in Western Pennsylvania. Let's go to Vegas. He says 29% is not too bad. Also, Scott Atkins, my man, he says this, we don't need project guys at tackle or guard. Yeah, you're right. If we could get the best possible guy to hopefully get in there playing immediately is the best case scenario. It's going to be tough for both of the positions, but we will see. Somber says this. I'm right there with you, Mike. No more projects in the first round. Give me a known quantity. Tortilla says right after. I'll make that deal. End of days says this. Steelers will draft a quarterback first round because it's time we moved on from Rodgers. You know what? I just, again, two different things about that end of days. And again, I'm not arguing with you. I love you on the board and seem like a fantastic person, but just in general, it doesn't make sense for the Steelers to grab a quarterback in the first round. For one, there's not a first round caliber quarterback that's going to be there at 21. Again, Mendoza he's the guy this year. He's going one, and then I don't know, maybe a Ty Simpson, but I think even that's a stretch for the first round. I really do. Again, it seems difficult for me to comprehend how they could possibly take a quarterback in the first round with next year's 2027 draft being jam-packed with talented quarterbacks coming out. That's what everybody's kind of waiting on. End of days. They're kind of waiting to get to that point. So again, I think your offensive line early, your tackles, your guard, and your wide receivers, I think, are your highest priorities at this point. And again, maybe if you get a quarterback, it's going to be mid-round.
I never subscribe to the philosophy of you need a quarterback, go get one in the first round. Well, how many quarterbacks have we seen in the past 10 to 15 years get picked in the first round that were not first round talents that sent franchises back years? It happens more often than not. The teams that always draft quarterbacks in the first round because they need a quarterback, they consistently pick in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yes, it sucks having a bridge quarterback every year, but that's what allows the Steelers to remain competitive and have a chance. And you're building that team, you're building the roster to where it's just not going to matter who your quarterback is. Look at Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts is not this great quarterback. He had 2 great Super Bowls, don't get me wrong, but those teams were awesome. And the team that they won the Super Bowl with, that team was hitting on all cylinders. Because remember, early in the year, he was having trouble getting the ball to A.J. Brown, where my man's sitting there reading self-help books. But all of a sudden, the playoffs come around and Jalen Hurts turned it on. You can find a quarterback like Jalen Hurts in the later rounds that can manage your offense during the regular season, and then come playoff time has that, good game to get you over the top, where he's not going to kill you in the playoffs. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. That's why, like the Steelers just need a facilitator back there. And they don't need. They just need a point guard. Play it smart, play it safe, take chances when it's appropriate. And
All right.
that's all you need.
Let's get back on the board here, guys. Vegas' projects late, if at all. Christine, she says, I don't know why we would ever move up for Rutledge. Only way I'm moving up in the second is if we could get Pregnon. If we miss on Vega, of course, or EMW if we didn't get Theineman. Hand John Quinn says this, my 25, 57, 60 is Concepcion, Rutledge, free, Heinz Ketchup for life, and also Mike Goldday. Yinzer Joe says, isn't there a law against letting Browns or Ravens fans in Pittsburgh except on game day? There is, but they're kind of they're what's the word I'm looking for?
They're kind of hard. They're
letting them slide this weekend just because it's the draft.
Yeah. We're letting some leniency going on here. We're trying to, it's a celebration of football. We'll let the miscreants in.
Somber says this, Rutledge is getting a late first time mid second round buzz. Lindsay says this, she says they definitely will boo him. Somber says mid first round. Let's go to Christophus. Christophus says, I will order some potato skins and fried shrimp and a bucket of fried hot wings on Friday. Man, Florida's sounding really nice right about now. South Florida, Miami, chicken wings, mozzarella sticks, everything that Christopher's got going on down there sounds amazing. I think he's trying to make up for not being in town for the draft, and I think he's sounding pretty good really right now down in South Florida. Let's go to Sommer. Sommer says fat thumbs. Speaking of fat things, there is Tater Tart in the house, Mike. The draft coming tomorrow. The resident Browns fan on the show, Tater Tart. I hope things are going okay for you over in Ireland, of course, across the pond. Let's go to.
I would say Tater Tart's gonna, once the Browns pick what 2 picks in the first round, I think they have, or 1 or 2, and to just absolutely cry because he knows they're immediately going to be a bust.
Let's go to. Ty says Lindsay Hyde Tater's in the house.
Yeah.
Let's go to Steeler Freak John. John says the Steelers haven't shown the ability to identify and develop players over the decade. Muth and TJ are the only success stories, and Muth is a stretch. I will give the new staff a chance. And again, it's a whole different group of guys, so we'll have to give these guys a chance and see how that goes. Again, hopefully offensive players, we would certainly like to see that area improvement. Tortilla says Robert Kelly. Somber says, here come the hearts and kissy faces. LOL. We like kissy faces. Let's go right here to, where are we going? Vegas says Roger didn't take a salary for the 2020 season. That's the only good thing he's done. Ty says he said last week he cleared the couch. He cleared the couch. Christine says this. Okay, what was that? Alien Conspiracy UFO site. I've been watching the Y Files forever. It's one of the greatest shows on YouTube, but can't find another similar to it. Yeah, Corey Beavers, he's a regular here on the show on the Terrible Board. It is lots and lots and lots of content. If you do like your conspiracy theories, go check out Corey at Don't Drink That right here on YouTube. Don't Drink That is the name of it. If you want to check that out, I recommend it. I do watch it a lot, actually, because I like conspiracy theories. Let's go here to Lindsay. She's still Ty. Shut the back up. Let's go to Scott Atkins. Scott Atkins says this: if Lemon and Lone are gone, draft falling tackle and then Pregnon in the second, dip at receiver in the third. Steel Loyal, what's up, dude? He says, hide your couch. It's always great seeing Steel Loyal in the house, my man. Hope you're excited. I know Steel Loyal's excited. Tater says to Shitberg. So Shitberg is drafting a guy called Constipation. It's always about poop with people that like the Browns. Have you ever noticed that? It always
a running theme. Yeah,
it always comes down to feces with them.
It does. You might want to sit down and talk to a trained professional.
Let's go here to Vegas. Vegas says this. Who are you talking about? Ty the Couch, Casanova, JD Vance. Steel Loyal says Browns fans always think. There it is. Am I wrong, Steel? Still literally just said what I said, Mike. He says, Browns fans always thinking about poop. Don't blame y'all. So it's not just me saying that. It's come on. It's well
It's
known.
yes, the world is saying it. The world sees it. The world knows
The
it.
world knows Cleveland is shit. Let's go to Hand John says this June before mandatory minicamp gives more time to get Howard and rookie, get them the snaps for sure. But that is the word as of right now. Art Rooney told us, he says that Aaron told us a time frame. Decision will come around the start of the OTAs, guys. And again, OTAs May 18, mandatory minicamp June 16. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go somewhere. Lindsay, me too. Tortilla Tater holds the world record for restraining orders on him. It's over 9,000. Vegas is Area 51 or Roswell, New Mexico. Always interesting stuff there. Do you guys remember this? Real quick, not to go off topic, but do you remember right before COVID, everyone there was a plan on the internet where they were going to rush Area 51. And
Yeah.
they were telling as many people, they was like, everybody, let's go down to Area 51 and rush. What are they going to do? They're going to stop everybody. And coincidentally, it was like a month later, COVID came and we were all grounded into the house.
Yeah. Like they were doing whole presentations on this to like the high ranking people there. It was funny as fuck.
Mike, they never made it. They never went down and did this.
No.
And then they forgot. So again, just interesting. That's just my conspiracy theory mind working. Let's go to Somber, where he says, "Yeah, Rogers will love Will." You know what? And that's what Will says. He says that they're good buddies. They're good friends at this point. So that's a good thing. I think it is a good thing that they be friends. I think that could only benefit Will Howard. Lindsay says he put me in hiding with that couch. We were hoping that you were okay, Lindsay. That was certainly one of the main concerns of ours. Was we haven't seen you because Tater. We didn't know if Tater had anything to do with it. We hope that wasn't the case, and we're glad to see you. Coach has the couch has eyes. Tortilla is saying the couch has eyes. Christine says this. She says I've been saying since they announced McCarthy was the coach that what if A-Rod is coming back, but in a quarterback coaching capacity, nobody else is even considering. I'm all about finding the trick play. I mean, it's not out of the question, but at the end of the day, you would I would think that if he hangs it up, he's gonna want to be done. You know what I mean? Like right now, don't leave me alone. It's off season. I'm doing things. I'm hanging out with my imaginary wife. I'm at ayahuasca resorts. Kind of leave me be. That just kind of seems like the kind of guy Aaron is. I could be totally wrong. Maybe Christine could have nail right on the head. But to me, it seems when Aaron's done, he's going to kind of be done, especially with us. He's not a Steeler. He's a Green Bay Packer. He's going to retire a Packer. He already made that known. So at the end of the day, it seems to me once he retires, for us, that's going to kind of be the end of the road. And I'm okay with that because, again, if Ben went somewhere, I wouldn't want him carrying on for years and years with other teams. He's kind of our guy. So at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe, but at the end of the day, for me personally, it feels like Aaron's the kind of guy that's just going to separate. I haven't really seen anything else that would indicate otherwise. I know that the situation wasn't great with the Jets, but Aaron kind of separated himself from that organization. And again, I highly doubt they have any connection. But again, interesting comment, Christine, for sure. John the Steeler Freak says this. I think Howard would look for another old vet before playing Howard. Vegas says this, couch can't say no. Let's go here to Scott. Scott Atkins says, put the Baltimore fans on a garbage barge and send them to New York. Stinky bastards. Let's go here to Somber. Tater brought Beck's couch. Tater brought Beck's couch. Tyrone says, Tater couch, Beck eyes. Tortilla says Robert isn't allowed at the Penguin games for turning the icy yellow. Yeah. What's the deal with that, Robert? Let's go here. Vegas says thanks for that info. Christine says Ryan 100. Now I can relax and enjoy the draft. I hope that everybody can. I really do. Go here to Vegas. Vegas says, what do you call an Irishman that bounces off the walls? Ricochet. Rick O'Shea. I like it. Come on, Vegas. That was come on, Mike. That was good.
That was a good. I like that one.
Let's go to Ty. At least the draft in the Berg. Lindsay, of course. Lindsay says this in response. You can show me, Christine. I can't fix anything. Hey, lending a helping hand. That's what we do in the Berg, guys. Love to see it. Let's go here to Still Loyal. Tater is always thinking about shit. There it is again. Tater and these Cleveland people with this shit, Mike. It's always shit. Their football team is shit. It's always about shit with them.
Yeah, I don't get it. They need help. Just because your team color's brown and poops brown doesn't mean you gotta like them both. Get some help.
It's always funny.
Help.
It's always funny to hear an adult say poop. You know
Poop.
what I mean? You're in the workplace your whole life and ain't nothing but shits and fucks, and then you're around a bunch of adults and the word is poop. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Let's move on. Let's go right here to Ty says this. I got Highsmith bags packed with a thank you letter in the mail. Christine says she made money doing that. Oh my god, she did. Yeah. Tortilla says make the same video but with Derpy. Speaking of Derpy, let me drag him through the mud for a couple of moments here. Derpy texted us on our group chat yesterday asking us, he basically said we'd be stupid if we didn't acquire Anthony Richardson, Mike. And then you jumped on him immediately. He said, no, you wouldn't be stupid. You'd be retarded. I think something along those lines. And he's not the only person I've heard saying that, Mike. Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I don't know what the infatuation of Anthony Richardson is. I don't see it. Yeah, he's a project. Yeah, he's an athlete, but if you want to go that route, why not get Green from Arkansas in the later rounds and develop him? They're the same type of player. I don't want a quarterback who had to take himself out of the game because he was tired. You're the quarterback. You cannot take yourself out of the game because
have you ever seen that in your whole life? I mean, that's insane.
No. I understand, if you got hurt, banged up on the play, but just I was scrambling too much. I got to come out. No, audible to a fucking run play and hand off to your running back. Use some common sense here, or signal the coaches like, hey, I'm a little tired. Can we do a run play to someone else or a quick pass, something like that? No, I don't want anything to do with him. He was a major project coming out. Hasn't improved at all. No, if I'm going to get a project quarterback who's an athletic freak, I'm going to go get, like Green or Cole Payton, someone like that. Anthony Richardson, it's a nice conversation piece that people are trying to have throughout the media, but no, he would make no sense on this team because I think Will Howard might be the better quarterback right now. If Anthony Richardson can ever develop, he might be a star, but that ship may have sailed at this point.
Let's get back on the board, guys. I'm going to go right here to Squeege. Always great seeing Squeege on his way to town from Ohio, coming in for the draft. It's going to be awesome. Squeege says this: a Browns fan fascinated by shit is just average behavior. That's what I was thinking. So it's confirmed. Somebody from Ohio. Vegas said this: whoever invented those yoga pants that grab onto each ass cheek needs a Nobel. Yes, Vegas, they do.
A Nobel. He said a Noble.
I didn't know you were my dictionary correction guy. Sorry. I'm sorry to appease you with my pronunciation. I
haven't had a chance to get on.
I forgot to add that part to your job description. Sorry.
You should have. Yeah, I'll put it in the.
That's Sombers took that job. Like, you have to stop it. You're taking Sombers' work.
They're stealing our gerbs.
Let's go right here to Ty says, and Tater. Christine says, I could replace faucets, do plumbing, electric, drywall, all while talking about football. That's amazing. It's amazing to hear. Let's move on to Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal says this: Stephen Jones, George Pickens will play under the franchise tag in 2026. Let's go here to Ty says, if you want Vega, we can get Vega. Steeler Freak says, I want to give Derpy an offload tattoo. Lindsay, yeah, I've been it's all good. It's all good. We thought we've been thinking about you again, and just hope that Tater wasn't the reason that you weren't back. But it's great to see you, Lindsay. Hope all is well for you.
Yes.
Off-road, John says. Off-road also. Scott Atkins says double standards for anything with the Patriots. Vrabel is putting out a new single, going in head first, followed by just a tip and shaking hips. Christine says, so maybe if I wore my Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots while laying a tile, you would make bank. Yes, absolutely. 100%. And, Mike and I were talking the other day about this. It's like, I don't know if I want to go down that. I'm just saying this. We were talking about our show and everything, and I was like, everything we're talking about coming up on 5 years, and things have gone well, and every year, things have improved, and during football season, it's great. We're happy, we're content, and hold on, Mike, where was I going with that?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's what I was saying, because we don't have vaginas. A lot of times with the vagina, you draw people like that. So, we were just kind of talking amongst each other about the work and everything we put in the show and how things are going. And that certainly came up. So, yes, the tight pants, all that stuff, it all works. Because, again, that Casey, Mike, she walked over across the room. She, said something. There was, something she would say. Then she would walk across the room, grab the handle, open it. It would open. And all these white towels from the whole entire hotel fell out on the floor. But the catch was she had these stretch pants on. Nobody cares about towels. So again, at the end of the day, even though Mike is a vagina, we don't have the vaginas to be able to pull that. So it's for guys doing something, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. I recommend going for it if that's what you want to do. I recommend it. I think you'll do very well. Let's go on to the next right here where Ty says, but she's back now. That's right. Guess who's back? Back again. Lindsay's back. Tell a friend. Still Loyal says this, Christine, there's a girl that does that already. Let's go. Where are we going? Tyrone, Christine better be wearing that TJ Watt jerseys. That's all. Tyrone, I don't even care if she has tight pants on. She better have that Steeler jersey on. Still Loyal says this, Carson Beck is why we waited so long to go back to the moon. There you go. They went all the way out there and decided not to stop or take pictures of the flag or anything else that may have given us proof that they were ever there before. But hey, you know what? That's a whole nother day, whole nother show. Go check out Corey Beavers. Let's go to Christine. Got that. John Quinn said Rich Hill value chart is one of the most terms used. Yes, that will work, Christine. Jesus, jump scare, the fish-eye that saved Pittsburgh, John says. That old fish-eyed fool that saved Pittsburgh. Could be a movie. Well, shit still. There goes my life plan. Ty says this. We don't want Sloth Boy. We don't want Sloth Boy. Nobody wants Sloth Boy. Christine says, Ty, I would definitely be sporting Steeler jerseys at the end of the day. John said this, best way to get a feel is to watch those videos from other teams that picked before us. Tyrone says, I meant what jersey you wearing for the draft? Of course. Scott says this, Omar Cooper Jr. first and Pregnon in the second would be nice. Shitsburg, that's the thing about somebody who lives in another country. He has no clue what he's talking about ever. Pittsburgh is so awesome. And the thing is, the fact that he likes Cleveland. Listen, if he didn't like Cleveland and he was in Europe talking shit on Pittsburgh, that's one thing. The fact that he actually likes Cleveland, everything is null. Everything is annulled. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. He's on the pay no mind list.
He is. He's on the pay no mind list. Mike has a list for everything too. Let's go right here to Tortilla. He says if we draft Beck, Pittsburgh is about to hold 800,000 people hostage. Lindsay says this. She says, let me go right here. Lindsay says this. No, the F I didn't. Pittsburgh is a great city. Absolutely. Pittsburgh is a wonderful city. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says, LOL. No one says, let's visit Cleveland. When was the last person you ever heard anybody in your life say, let's go visit Cleveland, guys? We have to go to Cleveland. And then Tater, again, after we had this conversation with him last week, down the road a little bit, he's saying Cleveland is the home of the Hall of Fame. Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah. You tard.
He's a special one.
If you go to Cleveland looking for the Hall of Fame, you're going to be in for a surprise.
Hey, but guys, where's the Hall of Fame, governor?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't argue with somebody who's not from the country about these kind of things. There's a vibe, there's a feel, there's a culture. You know how? over
They
there.
don't know what's going on.
No, they're all munchkins and leprechauns over there. Hey, it's different. It's a
I
whole
love
different thing. Believe me.
Munchkins and leprechauns. I love it.
You know them. You know them Irish with their potatoes or whatever the hell they do. Their shillelaghs. Let's do scoot
They're
along here.
shillelaghs. That's a deep cut.
Let's go to this right here. We're Cody, my man, Cody in the house. Great seeing you, bro. Always great seeing the code, man. He says, report says Carson Beck's eyes were normal till we played Penn State. The reflection of a fan's head melted his eyes. I wonder who that fan could have been.
I wonder too that guy is he's a menace to society and needs to be locked up. How could he do that to someone?
Let's go here. And John says, agree with Tortilla. And on the Beck pick, of course, Christine says, okay, draft party at my house. Who's close to Kentucky? We're close enough. I have a buddy that I went to school with who lives in Kentucky. Let's go here to Tater. He says, Cleveland. There it is. There's the Hall of Fame quote. There's the Hall of Fame comment of the day. We're going to put that on the Hall of Shame, that comment right there. That is going on the Hall of Shame. Steel Loyal says that's Canton, Tater, not Cleveland. So again, you might want to GPS the shit before going to Cleveland to visit.
You might get lost there. You might get lost.
Don't end up in the wrong neighborhood in Cleveland. That's all I gotta say. Let's go to right here. I'm sorry, Steeler Freak John. He says, Ryan, roll your mouse on Derpy's back for traction.
Oh,
I guess I could do that and put some stretchy pants on Derpy. See what I'm saying? Could you imagine if we put stretchy pants on Derpy? What that would do to the show? That's the only point we were trying to make about the stretchy pants and the vaginas and Derpy. So there you go. Let's do Scoot here too. Steel Loyal Tater thinks Cleveland is a state. Unfortunately, I think that you're right. Steel Loyal, he says that Vegas is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland. You numpty.
You numpty.
Using your own words against you, you numpty. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says this. What's Tyrone say? Tyrone said something, and it moved on me. I can't. Oh, crap. It's doing this fun thing today, Mike, like where I tap it, it won't move.
Yeah.
And then I tap it 5 times, and then it moves 5 times worth.
Yep. And that's what mine's doing, too. It's bouncing all over the place.
I thought I was doing so good.
You were, too. Now I'm all lost, too. It took me to the very end.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of jump in here. And as we were kind of rounding third of the show, I do apologize. I like to read every single comment. And I do ultimately read every single comment.
Trust me, he does. Because he'll catch me. He'll say, hey, so-and-so said this. Do you remember this? And I have to sit there long and hard, too. Like, did I catch that comment or not? He's a tricky one. He does catch everyone's comments.
So, again, I do. So, I apologize if I don't do it on the show. You know that. Let me get on the board here, guys, for a couple moments. As again, we were kind of rounding third. I'm going to go to where Steel Loyal says the facts. He knows what it is, tells a lot. Tater, either that or they have internet access. Let me scoot up on this particular screen here so I can see a little bit better what I'm doing. All right, Vegas says, I bet Tater puts raisins and walnuts in his potato salad. Steel Loyal says Betty Ford, is that some Ireland lingo? The fuck you talking about? Somber typical failed attempt at romance. Get turned down in attack. Yes, absolutely. Christine says this on the board. She says, guys, speaking of tattoos, so I'm pretty much covered head to toe, and there is a girl in Pitt that has done my left leg, Sarah Miller. Y'all know her. She did this amazing realistic sleeve. Possibly. There's it sounds familiar. Let's go to Somber. Betty Ford. Betty Ford is in the loony bin. Vegas says the Betty Ford Clinic is a place for rich drunks. Tater says either I got that. I need tattoos. Tyrone says I need you got tattoos, Tyrone? Tattoos, Tyrone. Vegas says Lindsay says they do have it. Let's go here to RB says this only Tyrone would worry about. Only Tyrone would worry about a man when a woman is half naked.
What the?
Damn. Let's go here. Vegas says, that's old jokes from the Dean Martin roasts. Steel Loyal says, outdated jokes, typical Irelander. Irelander. Say that. Irelander.
Irelander.
Tortilla says Tater hasn't seen a bridge before that they scare him. Lindsay says you got to come with something. I know about Tater. Damn, can't even react. Squeege, to like Cleveland is to hate oneself. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. Tater would see a bridge and be like, why is that road floating? What I did listen. I don't know what the hell Tater. What did Tater say to warrant all this, Mike? Because I skipped ahead.
I know. I lost it too. I gotta. We'll figure this out.
Steeler Freak says you got derpy titties. Also, Vegas Tater is a sweet potato farmer. Sweet potato farmer. Scoot up a little bit. Diesel, what's up, dude? Great seeing Diesel, 56-year-old. He says, hello, ladies. How's it hanging? You know how these ladies keep it hanging, baby. What's up, Diesel? Vegas says he grows regular potatoes with glitter makeup on. Somber Tater's a rubber farmer. He makes plungers. Christine says, Munchins and leprechauns. I'm terrified of little people my whole life. It's been an issue once every few years. So no midget wrestling for me. That's like a horror movie. We will certainly give you the heads up when we do plan to have midgets on, because it happens from time to time. Of course, Sassy Cassie. I'd like to get her sometime soon. I would have liked to get her about a week ago, but we're continuing. Like, they're busy. They jam-pack them little things in the back of a vehicle and they go. Like I said, they start in Minnesota and they go all around the country and strip these little midgets, if you believe that. Let's go here to Lindsay says, who the fuck chooses the Browns as a team if you don't? That's what I'm talking about. That's when I really was skeptical about Tater. Because it could have been 31 other teams and it would have been different. The fact that it's the Browns is what really, really, really puts a red flag on that. Steel Loyal explains why his name is Tater. Potatoes needs cow poop to grow. Tater rolls around in poop. And again, like everything with Tater involves poop. So
it does too. It's a running theme with him. You seek help, my friend. Seek help.
Seek help. Vegas says this, Mike, their logo is a geriatric elf and a pound puppy.
Oh shit, the pound puppy.
Ty, no worries, brother. You the goat. Let's go to Squeege. The Browns are so bad they don't even have they don't even have shirts in third world countries. That's right. They have the Super Bowl Steelers beating the Green Bay Packers shirts, but still Cleveland can't even make that list. You know what, Mike? Even if Cleveland made the Super Bowl, I'm sure they wouldn't even make the winning T-shirt. They would just assume the other team was going to win.
Exactly, yeah.
So this, the Somalians don't get any Cleveland Brown shirts.
No, they don't.
Christopher says this: we're going to absolutely enjoy this weekend. Omar Khan is going to crush this draft. I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. I am very excited, as everybody is. We know this. Ty, no, yet I'm getting my dad's face on my chest. R.I.P. Well, I'm sorry to hear that about your father, and that's really cool, man. I hope that comes out nice for you. Tyrone says, who the F said that? Also, that's Fire Ty, Somber, RB did Ty. Vegas says this: Tyrone has a tattoo of Erykah Badu on his face. No, I didn't say face, but he does have an Erykah Badu, which is funny. Let's scoot here too. Let's scoot somewhere. I'm gonna scoot right here. Lindsay says, love the Tyrone. I just got my VD's ashes. Baby dad's ashes. Tater up there throwing pictures up, and there you go. Tater Tard. Christine, oh my God, that's terrifying. She must have seen Tater Tard.
Ugh. Oh.
Let's go right here. What's the top 3 players you think they take at 21? Mike, real quick. Again, we're kind of running third. Diesel 56 wants to know what top 3 players they could possibly take at 21.
Oh God! Like I don't know who's gonna be there. It's hard to predict. I'm gonna go my top 3 choices: Vega, Akai Lemon, and Mad Max.
All right. Tyrone says, RB, don't start up with me. Remember, JPJ getting $12 million after the dumb comment. I think the one would really think of a man. Laugh my ass off. Seek help. Still Loyal says, seek help. I like the spelling. Diesel says, I'm thinking Vega. A lot of people were thinking that as well, and I think that's probably the best route to go. But we will see, or they trade up also, as like Diesel's saying on the board. Lindsay says, we were getting Tate. Ty says this. He says, that would be dope, Lindsay. That's definitely my dream pick for show. Vegas says this. Did you all buy a Connor rookie card yet? Not yet. Not. I'm going to wait till it gets ridiculously priced and then say, I wish I would have got that when it was cheap. Tater says, no chance, Lindsay. No chance. And that sounds like what Lindsay usually says to Tater. So Lindsay says, she says, shut the fuck up, Tater. So just close enough. Close enough. Christine says this, you never choose the Browns. You have to be born into that. And that I would assume it's like being born into a hut in a third world country and everyone butt ass naked with bones in their noses, plates in their lips, everything else. Tater, if we don't tail the OT, Tate is what? That's what I'm thinking, Mike. That's why I always thought that he was derpy, but he's not. They were actually on at the same time the other day.
They were.
Somber and Tate will be traded in 4 years because he hates his life and is underperforming. I heard this about Corleone. I heard that he hates Pittsburgh and he wants to have no part of coming to Pittsburgh. The defensive lineman in Cincinnati, the Bearcat.
Yeah, apparently because he's a Bengals fan.
Mike, he says he got offered invites and he turned them down. Every time the Steelers got a hold of him, he wants nothing to do with the Steelers.
I can respect that as a sports fan. If the Brown, like if I was ever an athlete, say a football player, and the Browns like, hey man, we want to talk to you. I'm like, no, fuck you. I don't want to go there. This is why I love sports.
He's gonna end up going he's gonna go to the Cardinals and have a terrible career on a terrible team. I mean, what a dumb thing to say, because for a professional career like NFL, I would go anywhere to give me a chance. For somebody to say that, I think is 100% irresponsible and immature and ridiculous. Let's move on. Going to go here to Lindsay. Y'all will ruin him, so it doesn't really matter if y'all do. Lindsay also says Browns will probably take quarterbacks the first 4 rounds. Tater's telling somebody to talk sense, which is funny. Let's go here to Steel. Browns taking Ty Simpson and Carson Beck in the first round with their 2 picks, which would be the greatest thing ever, the greatest Christmas present I could ask for. Vegas says, or Tortilla says, you know what? Squeege. Tater, what it's like knowing the Ravens are actually the Browns and the team you root for is a great value version. That doesn't dawn on him. He don't get shit like that, unfortunately. Tortilla, Cleveland traded Tater to Ireland for cattle. Vegas' way to burn a bridge. Still loyal. He ain't even a first-round talent to be saying some shit like that. Vegas says this. It was a cat litter, not a cattle. Tater, I'm going to just jump right over that for a second. Squeege says the Browns, they're like when a bug sheds its skin, but somehow the skin crawls around. The fuck is an organization? I'm not sure. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says Mike will be so sad if the Browns take Drew Aller. And finally, Vegas, who has said they can't wait to go to Cleveland. Nobody. Ireland education. Mike, why don't you go ahead and educate everybody about the website?
Head on over to the2dumyinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. We got some mock drafts up there. They'll hold us over till tomorrow's actual real draft. We got some prospect evaluations over there, the merch store. We got all the links to all of our social media all at the2dumyinzers.com.
That's one thing you never really hear about Ireland being known for being a very smart country. It's you hear about the Irish. They drink. They're little St. Patrick's. What's it called? Like, I don't know, little munchkins, leprechauns. Leprechauns, the clovers, all that stuff. You never really think of Ireland as being people that are that intelligent. I don't know. That's just the way I look at it. But guys, what is going to make us intelligent is if we know the answer to the question of the day or not. This is time for question of the day. Mike, put on your thinking caps. Everybody put on your thinking caps as well, as we do crack into, Mike, almost only a couple more days of draft trivia questions on the show. It's been a while. But this is going to be no different today. Guys, this is the question of the day. Mike, you are a Big Ten guy. They're expecting the number 1 overall draft pick to be a Big Ten guy. So today is going to be kind of Big Ten related in the question of the day. So put your thinking caps on. Everybody at home, here we go. Tater says we made your country. Yeah, no, you didn't, for one. But I'm going to move on. That's a retarded thing to say. Right here is the question of the day. Here we go. What year's draft was notable because it was the first draft in the modern era that no player from the Big Ten was selected in the first round. So I'm looking for a year, is what I'm looking for. And I'm going to give you a hint. The hint is it was in this century. Question again, what year's draft was notable because it was the first draft in the modern era that no player came from the Big Ten in the first round? Again, it was in this century. I'm going to narrow that down. And we're looking for a year. Take a moment to think that over. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. every day right here on the tube. Your mic's off, bro.
On the tube.
There it is. Let's see. Throw your guesses up on the board if you think you may know, or if you do know it, throw it up there. Again, it is this millennium, this century, if you will. Steel Loyal is saying 2011. It is in the new millennium, though, Christine. Christine says 98. Christopher's 85 or 96. It is in the 2000s. In the 2000s. It's from this century. Yes, from this century. There we go. Charlie Murphy, of course, Cody with his answer of the day. Vegas, what do you call a guy from Ireland with 400 girlfriends? A sheep farmer. I like that.
No, that's a good one.
I like that. Steel Loyal says no clue. I'm gonna get. I'm no clue. So I'm gonna have to take a guess. Is what he's saying. Mike, what is your thought process on this?
I'm not 100% sure. Oh God, I'm gonna go with 2014.
2014. I see right here Tortilla saying 02. Somber, of course, 69 420 as always. And Steel Loyal says chat still in the 1900s. It's all good, guys. Again, the question of the day, what year's draft is noticeable because it was the first draft in the modern era that no player got drafted out of the Big Ten in the first round. Of course, the number one overall pick is expected to be out of the top 10, of course, for Mendoza. The question of the day, which year was it that there was not a single Big Ten pick in the first round? Mike says 2014. A lot of different answers on the board. Somber says, I'm sure in the future. Cody, what the F? Christine, dude, I hate that. I don't know this. Here it is, and with the answer, guys. Question of the day, one more time. What year's draft is notable because it was the first draft in the modern era that no player from the Big Ten was drafted in the first round? 2001 is what Tyrone is saying. 06, Lindsay's guess. Fidel Castro. Cody, of course, that's par for the course. And guys, the answer to the question of the day, we're looking for a year, and it is this century, is in fact, Mike, 2013.
Oh,
you were just a year off. 2013, there was
that.
nobody in the first round taken from the Big Ten.
Damn, that was a shot in the dark.
So there you go, guys. Great job. Mike, you were very close. Very close. And I knew you being a Big Ten guy, you'd at least get it close. So good job on that, as always. I do know, Mike, you were got about 4 or 5 minutes here on you. I think that's where you're at with your time. About 4 minutes.
About 3 minutes.
All right, so let's wrap this up, guys. I do want to say to everybody, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I also want to say this. Thank you, everybody on the board. You guys always keep things interesting here on the show. We couldn't do it without you as well, guys. Thank you so much on the board. Amazing as always. Just such a lifeblood of the show, guys. We love you. We love you all. And also everybody that's watching, listening at home, in the car, at the gym, at work, wherever you are. Thank you too, guys. You guys all keep this thing going. We couldn't appreciate you more. Let me see, guys. I also do want to say this. Duquesne Pilsner, make sure to get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner tomorrow for the draft. That's right. Duquesne Pilsner now available at Giant Eagle in 6 and 12 packs and wherever cases are sold. Get your Duquesne Pilsner. The people there are always kind to us, so we're asking to do that back. Maybe you don't drink a lot. Swing over to their social media, check them out, hit the follow button. It all helps out, guys. Do check them out at Duquesne Pilsner. We always have it on tap here in the studio, Mike, made right here in Pittsburgh, PA, and it says on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Guys, I do want to say also, do check us out as well on social media. We're on Facebook, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can keep up with what's going on with the Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. Swing by, check that out. And if you haven't yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like, the sub, the share, the comment. It all will help us out in the algorithm, guys. We do appreciate it all. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to do it all over again. Tomorrow is draft day, guys. Do not forget to leave those cookies out. I will be coming down your chimney. And don't shoot me. Come on. Do not shoot me. I'm going to be coming down your chimney tonight to get the cookies. So keep that in mind. Cody says he's on the Portatator. Somber, it's on like Donkey Kong tomorrow. That's right, baby. Again, thank you so much, everybody. Again, I do know that Mike has to walk out the door here in just a second, so that is why I'm kind of rushing along. I apologize, but we will be back tomorrow at our regular time. It's almost draft day, baby. Tomorrow's the draft. We'll be here. We'll be here to go over everything. We hope to see everybody back tomorrow. So have a safe day today. Have a great one, if you will. Let me just pull up this real quick. I know you're in a hurry, Mike. But
no, I said hump everything. What? Too much.
I couldn't out until we did get our hump day sound effects in. But guys, enjoy your hump day. Stay safe. Be good. Have fun. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Get ready. We'll all meet up and get ready for the NFL draft right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Guys, have a great day. Thank you so much again for watching. For Chop, for RB, Derpy, Finch, Mike, myself. Thank you so much, everybody on the board. We appreciate every single one of you. We really honestly do. Have a great hump day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.